Dane's got room to run. First and goal to go for Emery. Creek with the grab all the way down to the 25-yard line. Stilson looking, wants the end zone. Olsen, corner, drags the foot, touchdown Emery.
Emery High School football on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
This is Sparta!
Emery Spartan football is powered by Castle Country Radio. And now for tonight's play-by-play, let's join Jordan Buscarini and Travis Anderson in the Sutherland's broadcast booth for tonight's game.
Welcome into Emery High School football here on KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM. I'm Jordan Buscarini alongside Travis Anderson as we are back at it yet again. Travis, tonight getting set to wrap up the regular season as Emery will welcome in the Delta Rabbits for what should be a very important game tonight. A very good game. Emery coming in ranked number 5. Delta on the flip side ranked number 6.
The two teams ranked 5 and 6. Important game, like you said. Could mean a first-round bye, or it means maybe if you lose this game, you drop down to 7. Maybe you're going to play next week.
It's possible. It's very, very possible. Now, both teams come in with identical records of 2 and 6. Emery is looking to recover from last week's loss to the San Juan Broncos. It was not a great performance. It was not a great night out in Blanding. You and I were there. It was rainy. It was miserable out on the field. We did talk with Coach John Famalo about that earlier this week. And just to give you a little preview, if you haven't seen or heard the interview yet, Coach basically said, look, I can't take anything from that. We flushed that game. We move on. We're not going to watch tape. We're going to move on. We're going to focus on Delta. Could be a get-right game here on senior night as we say goodbye to a senior class that has been a part of a lot of success here at Emery High School.
Yeah, you asked me during the game, what do you take from it? What do? You burn the tape, you flush it, you don't ever go back to it. Because, again, he's right. You're not going to learn anything from that. It happens. You go down to San Juan. They're a very good football team. They do that to a lot of teams. You're not the only one to go down there and have that happen to you.
Now, on the flip side, we take a look at the Delta Rabbits. They had lost their first 6 games of the season. Over the last 2 weeks, they've looked good. They topped the Carbon Dinos. They also beat the Grand Red Devils. So they enter tonight with an identical record as Emery. 1-2 in division play, 2-6 overall, number 6 in the rankings, number 5 in the rankings. The big X factor, however, for the Delta Rabbits tonight, they have their stud in Jet Rawlinson back, and he has absolutely been a difference maker over the past 2 weeks.
A really good special talent. And, again, what's going to help Delta tonight is their ability to run the football. If they can come in and they can gash, they can put the ball on the ground and run off 5, 6, 7 yards of carry, puts them in a situation where they're 2nd and 3, 3rd and 2, and that's where they want to be.
And that was really the conversation with Coach Famalo. Just how do you make this team one-dimensional? What are some of the things that you have to do to make Delta want to throw the football and go away from the running game? In fact, I was talking with Coach Famalo about 10 minutes ago, and he said, I think Rawlinson gets his. I just think that's the type of player that he is, and that is definitely understandable.
Yeah, he's going to get his. It's about limiting what you do to the others. Let him get his. That's fine, but you can't let him run off or have those bursts where it's 10, 15, 20 yards down the field, every 2, 3, 4 touches.
Well, you hear Back in Black playing over the loudspeaker. That, of course, means Emery is taking the field for the final time this year. We've only had 3 home games up to this point. Tonight is number 4. And, again, we take a look at the senior class, and there's a lot to really celebrate tonight. Traxton Conover, Tice Larson, Bo Stilson, Blake Citron, Spencer McCandless, Tyson Johnson, Michael Illigic, Gideon Meekum, Logan Huntington, Jaden Atwood, Jacob Morris. That's our senior class. And, again, these kids have seen a lot of high-stakes football, a lot of big football games. They've been on the winning side of the scoreboard more often than not.
Yeah, it's a great senior class. Like you said, they've been here for the last 4 years, and not a lot of home games, so they get one final one against the Delta Rabbits.
As far as what we are looking at tonight, Delta, winners of their last 2 games. Emery on the flip side, I want to talk about the offense because even though there was a struggle last week offensively, we did see a couple of positives. Late in the game, we saw that Trigg can throw the ball. He can take the top off of defense. One of the guys that I have been clamoring for all year long has been Cray Leroy. Get him the ball up over the top, right? We have seen some positives from the passing attack from Emery. How much do you expect Coach Justice at OC to air this out tonight and try to beat Delta up over the top?
Sometimes it's simple. You just got to get the ball to your athletes and let them go to work. And good things will happen if you find the athletes, get them the ball, use your speed, use that ability to get to the edges, get to the middle of the field. But you've got to take shots down the field, and you've got to work the middle of the field. It's simple.
Well, we will continue to preview tonight's game as we inch a little bit closer to kickoff, about 24 minutes out. It is the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show. It's here on KOAL 107.3 FM, 750 AM. We are also streaming on YouTube at Castle Country Radio Emery, and always a pleasure to be along on KSL Sports and the KSL Sports app, bringing you Emery High School football in more ways than ever, putting it in the homes as we celebrate this fantastic senior class. One more home game, and it happens to be an important one. Emery will take on the Delta Rabbits, and we have more coming up on the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck. Because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
You're looking for somewhere you could be proud to work. Komatsu is looking for you. Komatsu is a leading manufacturer of construction, mining, forestry, and industrial heavy equipment. Komatsu currently has openings for seasoned welders, journeyman electricians, and MSHA certified electricians, as well as master machinists. At Komatsu, not only will your skills be rewarded with competitive wages, but you'll also enjoy benefits like a robust 401k plan. Grow with Komatsu. Go to komatsu.com or call Tanner at 636-6150.
Imagine a smooth, hassle-free journey to the front door of your new home with the Driggs Mortgage Team guiding you every step of the way. Hi, this is Greg Driggs. Our seasoned experts understand the ins and outs of home financing and refinancing. Come visit us at our new permanent address, 8 East Main in Price, where we plan to be a staple for years to come. Start your journey today. Call 801-427-3577. The Driggs Mortgage Team, NMLS number 272076, Equal Housing Opportunity. Driggs Mortgage Team is a DBA of Premier Mortgage Resources, LLC, NMLS 1169.
At Oliver Law, we specialize in criminal defense and DUI. Everyone needs to know their rights. Let us guide you through the criminal justice minefield. At Oliver Law, we still believe in innocent until proven guilty.
At A Perfect Smile, they specialize in transforming your smile with precision and care. From porcelain veneers and dental implants to orthodontics, crowns, and bridges, their expertise covers every aspect of general and cosmetic dentistry. Dr. Jackson and his team are here to address even the most challenging dental concerns, helping you achieve a smile you'll love. Ready for a smile makeover? Call A Perfect Smile today, 637-2100, to schedule an appointment.
Looking for the perfect mattress? We've got you covered. At Bill's Home Furnishings, we have the largest selection of mattresses in eastern Utah, including the highly rated Serta Perfect Sleeper. And when it comes to price, we're competitive with anywhere in the state. But we're more than just mattresses. From quality furniture and home accessories to reliable appliances, we've got everything you need to make your house a home. Stop by Bill's Home Furnishings today, where selection, savings, and service meet. Right here in eastern Utah.
Discover the best in local flavor at Stewart's Market in Castledale and Main Street Market in Farron. Enjoy the largest fresh produce section around. Ripe, vibrant, and hand-selected just for you. The personal butcher ensures every cut is just right, and the deli delights with ready-to-eat favorites. Shop fresh, shop local, and taste the difference community makes. Only at Stewart's Market and Main Street Market. Come home to quality and hometown service today.
Auto Farm Price Ford has your next vehicle. They offer guaranteed lowest prices. Come check out the selection of Ford F-Series trucks, including America's most popular truck, the Ford F-150.
We have them all right here in Price. Stop in and see us for a different experience.
Picture this. A sudden burst pipe, flames engulfing your kitchen. Disaster strikes when you least expect it. But fear not, because Restore Wizard of Price is here to save the day. Their team of restoration experts is ready to tackle any fire or flood emergency from start to finish. They're not just here to fix the damage, they're here to restore your peace of mind. Don't let disaster catch you off guard. Call Restore Wizard of Price, 637-9165. Restore Wizard, the magic of a fresh start.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
The Spartans play here.
This is AJ Thomas, number 14.
Jacob Morris, number 5.
On 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
Welcome back into the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show here on 107.3 FM and 750 AM. Again, Jordan Buscarini alongside Travis Anderson as we inch a little bit closer to kickoff tonight. Again, Emery at home taking on the Delta Rabbits. Travis, we are about 18 minutes away from kickoff. We were talking about some of the keys a few moments ago. As we continue to dive into it a little bit, are you looking at someone on either side of the ball for Emery tonight to really play a factor and maybe switch the outcome of this game?
No, just interested to see how they defensively, they've got to do a better job of limiting the yards after the catch or after the run. So interested to see defensively in the front how they handle the way that Delta can run the football. And then offensively, just seeing how they spread the football, see if they can get it out to the speedsters, get it out to the corners, because we've seen if you get to the soft spot on those corners that the offense, they're talented enough to break away, spring free, and we've seen the big plays that they can, score on.
Again, as we count down the moments to kickoff, let's continue to preview tonight's game as we had an opportunity to catch up with Emery High School football coach John Famalo.
Coach, always a pleasure.
Hey, I appreciate you having me on, Jordan.
Definitely, Coach. We get to the final week of the regular season, and we get that extended week off, extended day, I guess we can say, where last week we were kind of dealing with that short week. And so how has that been, knowing that you guys had Friday off, you kind of had the weekend, Coach, and then you had to get back at it on Monday?
Sometimes a break's good. So I think it was good for our kids, good for our coaches to have a little bit of a break, but to have a full week to prepare. This next week's honestly good. I think our kids came back refreshed Monday and, ready to refocus and, still try to accomplish some things. And so I think it was good to have a break, but I think the kids are, wanting to finish the season off right. So that feels good as a coach to know that they're wanting to do that and, not just packing it up. And so I think our kids are going to do the best they can, see what we can do.
I know looking at the overall record right now going into this final game of the regular season and being 2-6, that's not really where this program has been over the last couple of years. And so I guess to hear that these kids are still setting goals for themselves, right, not willing to pack it up, that's a good thing. That's a culture thing.
Yeah, no, it speaks a lot to our leadership, I think, to our kids. They had a team meeting and a players meeting only and set some goals for themselves of how they want to finish off the year. And so, that's always good and encouraging to know that the kids say they want to keep playing. And so as a coach, it's encouraging, and I want to continue to help support them in that. And so I'm excited. I just still haven't felt like we've played our best football yet. And so, maybe we're saving it to the last and seeing what we can do.
We don't have to spend too much time talking about last week's game, Coach, but from a staff perspective, do you go back and watch a tape after a game like that, knowing that really throughout the first half there wasn't many positives outside of a couple of offensive plays, maybe a couple of tackles where we didn't see kids quit? There's one in particular I remember of Jaden Atwood. He was able to run down a kid, save a touchdown. I mean, there's some hustle plays in that sense, but do you really go back and look at a tape like that?
That's a tough question because honestly, it's hard. It's hard in the moment when you're there, and to try to relive that as a coach, it's like for me, it's tough to go back. I know I probably should, but I haven't, just for that fact. It's just like, hey, let's hit the erase button, and try to put it behind us, and then look forward, because I think it's just it's tough, especially in the moment when you just feel like, you've been dominated and you haven't had a whole lot of successes. To try to pull out those is probably not a bad idea, but at this point it was just trying to relive it was hard. So at that point I'm just like, hey, let's just hit the reset button, erase everything, and let's see what we can do moving forward.
Yeah, and I guess it's different, right, if that game takes place first or second week of the season opposed to week 9. There's a big difference there in going back and reviewing tape, I would assume.
Yeah, for sure. Like I say, it's stuff we've talked about all year. Whereas, again, first, second week, there's things you can clean up, there's things you can do and look at. But at this point, our kids, they know what we do, they know what they do, and, honestly, sometimes it came down to effort, and other times, like I say, it was just kids in wrong positions. But for the most part, I just felt like, it was a tough team. They're good, and credit to them, but at the end of the day, I don't know if we put our best foot forward, unfortunately.
When you take a look at the schedule, Coach, and we knew this was going to be a really difficult stretch, the final 3 games of the season were going to be massively important. No disrespect to Grand, but we expected to go into Moab and get that win, and then it was South Sevier, San Juan, and now Delta. Obviously, you had to win one out of these 3 games, and that kind of sets up the stage for what we have this Friday on Senior Night at home. I kind of view it as a must-win situation for this team. Do you guys view that in the same sense? Not from we got to win this game in order to get into the playoffs, but just a set-right game, a get-right game.
No, that's honestly where it's at for us. I think our backs are against the wall, and that's how we're treating it as such, for the fact that, yeah, you lose, you still probably make the playoffs. That's not the note you want to end the season on. Only win a one region game. I think that's not us. That's not what we're about. And so we're going to do everything we can right now to set the ship right and, like you say, hopefully build a little bit more momentum coming into the playoffs. And so, it starts with this Friday of trying to get our kids to execute at a high level and see what we can do to build off of, that game on Friday.
Before we talk about Delta, I think it is important to mention that going into this game, this squad, Emery, ranked number 5 right now. And I think with football still utilizing the RPI, it's a true testament to just how difficult the schedule has been. And I feel like I go back to that often, but it's a fact. It really is, Coach. When you take a look at the 8 games, you guys have had such a difficult schedule that you can be 2-6 and still be considered a top 5 team in 2A. I think that's a testament to the difficulty that you guys have had this year.
Yeah, we've played some tough teams, and it's been a benefit for that fact in the RPI. I think it would have been better if we got a few more wins to help us in that, but at the same time, I think our opponent's winning percentage is the highest in 2A, so that just tells you the caliber of teams we've played, and so, grateful for that, for the fact that it kind of sets us up. You get a few more wins in there, it makes a big difference, but now it comes down to this one game, and you're in a situation where you can, solidify where you're at and kind of know who you're gonna play. And so for us, I think that's the big key, is knowing, hey, we're not in that bottom half looking at, that top 1 or 2. We could really help solidify us in playing, a 3 or 4, depending on, how we can play and how we can execute and finish this season.
As far as the opponent goes, coming up this Friday, it's a team that seems to be playing their best football at the right time. And I know that that's always something that coaches kind of strive for, right? But if you take a look at the way Delta has really come on, I think they've gotten healthy, and I think they have a very dynamic player in Jet Rawlinson. But the fact is, we're going up against a team that has played literally their best football over the last 3 or so weeks.
Yeah, it's going to be a challenge. They were without Rawlinson there for a few weeks, and so getting him back, I think, has been huge for them. And like I say, they're kind of rolling right now, and so we've got a tough task ahead of us to try to control him and to hopefully slow down their momentum of what they got going on. Like I say, I don't feel like we played our best football yet, and so hopefully, maybe they're looking past. I doubt it, but at the same time, I feel like, teams are overlooking us, and so at the same time, I think we have a great opportunity if we can really get after it to, set things right.
Again, Coach John Famala with the Emery Spartans joining us right now as we talk about Friday's game against Delta. Coach, if we go back a year ago, I felt like that particular game might have been one of the most complete Emery football games that we have seen in quite some time. And again, there's always context into everything, right? You got to pay attention to that kind of stuff, kind of the ins and outs. But man, if we go back and look at the way this game went on the road, the offense was just outstanding. They were so efficient. Stayed ahead of the sticks basically the entire game. And if I remember correctly, the score was 49-7 going into the break. And it just felt like, all right, this is what this team is capable of doing.
Yeah, no, that was one of those games. I felt like, again, we played a complete game on both sides of the field. And so, it's nice to be able to see, everything come together. And, our kids executed. And, I'm sure they're looking at that, thinking, hey, here's our chance to get back at Emery. And, I'm hoping they are. Because I think at the same time, I'm hoping, we have those same type of performances this week, and that we can kind of put it together, because I don't feel like we have. And it's a special thing when you see it happen and you're able to do that. But I think they were a little shocked when we as well, as well as we played over there, because we traditionally don't play well at Delta.
Are you able to use anything from last year's game in preparation for this year, Coach?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's the same coach, the same style offense. I mean, they go from inverted wishbone look to spread, so they kind of mix it up. It's a kind of a Frankenstein thing where they just change personalities, or yes, a Jekyll and a Hyde kind of a thing where, they spread 1 minute and all of a sudden they're going to go into double tights with inverted wishbone. And so, we've seen it, watched a lot of film from last year and this year, comparing them, and a lot of the same, tendencies. And so, I think our kids are pretty prepared of what to see and what they'll see, and, hopefully we can get after it. Didn't have the Rawlinson kid last year. That was the one difference, I guess. And so he was hurt last year. And so, that's a big X factor, because he's a dynamic player that can really, break open a game. And so we really need to figure out how we can control him.
Am I wrong in saying you want to try to make this team one-dimensional? You want to get them out of the inverted wishbone? You want them to spread it out and try to toss the ball around the field?
Yeah, well, I'd love them to throw around the ball. I think that's probably the biggest thing. If we can stymie them on the run, and put a few more points on the board and get on early and make them want to throw, I think we're a better advantage there than, having to grind out, having them run the ball and try to play that game, because, that's going to be a tough sled if we do that, versus, like I say, if we can get them to throw the ball a little bit more, I think we'll have a little bit more success that way.
Obviously a big game for the seniors. They get addressed one more time in front of the hometown crowd. I mean, it appears that this would be the final home game of the season, barring some sort of shakeup in the RPI. And that's always, I know, a fun but an emotional night, Coach. You don't have a huge senior class, but it's an important senior class for sure.
Yeah, I mean, again, kids I've had for 4 years, and really love these kids and what they've done for our program. And, it's always a sad thing to see them play that last game, and, you put in perspective to them, this is, maybe the last home game you have, and one of the last few times you put on the uniform and even play football in general. That's just, it's not a thing that happens a ton from this area. And so, I think they just got to embrace the moment and hopefully play well for their teammates, and can hopefully continue to set the standard for Emery football, because they've done it up to this point 4 years. The record doesn't show it this year, but at the same time, it's just got a great set of kids.
Before I let you go, Coach, let's talk about the keys to this one. And I know that there's always the basic ones, right? You want to win the turnover battle. You want to make sure you take care of the football. You want to make sure you stay ahead of the sticks. But is there something that has really stood out to you this week where you've told the kids, look, if we can execute properly and efficiently in this realm, we put ourselves in a great chance to win this game?
Yeah, for us, I mean, offensively, like you say, I think staying ahead of the sticks. I mean, we can be dynamic at times, and it's just probably being consistent offensively is what I'm looking for, with not very many turnovers. I think if we're consistent and then being efficient in the red zone, trying to put points on the board, that's the number one thing. I think we've been really good between the 20s and then just kind of stall out. So I think, that's the key for us offensively. Defensively is just basically we gotta stop that run with Rawlinson. They got a receiver that's decent, but I feel like, we'll take our chances that way. And so putting them in situations of 3rd and long as much as we can, and trying to keep them in longer distances, first downs, I think will be a better success that way versus, them running downhill and us playing on our heels.
Coach, it's always a pleasure to get you on. Thank you again for the time today, and we'll see you at the game on Friday.
Hey, I really appreciate you, Jordan. Thanks.
Again, that was our interview earlier this week with Emery High School football coach John Famalo. And Travis, as we get to be about 5 minutes away from kickoff, seniors right now are being honored. We've talked about the senior class and just how important they have been to this program. You listen to some of their favorite moments. And one of them that we just heard a moment ago from Big Dinner, Tice Larson, he talked about playing in the state championship game a year ago. These seniors were juniors, and that was a monumental moment in Emery High School football history. It's been a long time since we got to that point. This group of seniors, they got to experience that as juniors.
Yeah, they really did. You're a little green to it a year ago playing, being an underclassman, playing in that state championship game, so that's a cool memory.
No question about it. Again, right now, the seniors being honored. Always love seeing this where seniors get to walk out with their parents. It's their night, but you got to get through those emotions. And I was talking to a couple of players about that. Okay, how do you handle this, right? Former players, how do you handle it? And for the most part, every former player has told me, once you say goodbye to your parents on the sidelines, it's business as usual. Let's play football.
Now you get back to playing football. You give the hugs and the kisses and all that, and then with 3 minutes on that clock, it's ready to play. And you go out there for the coin toss, and then you're in an important game. So this is a big game for both teams.
It is a huge game. The Delta Rabbits are taking the field. We're getting set for the national anthem. Let's send it back to the studio. The Landon's Diesel Service pregame show. It's here on 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
Looking for financial solutions? At Cache Valley Bank, they're here to help. Whether you need commercial loans, mortgages, or expert financial advising, they've got you covered. Visit them today on the corner of First West and Main Street. Cache Valley Bank, your partner in financial success.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Plumbing issues don't happen every day, but when they do, it's good to know that there's a plumber you can trust right here in the Castle Country. The Swell Plumber has over 30 years of experience and has proven that he's reliable. Here's what some customers have said about the Swell Plumber.
Kurt was amazing. He came out to the house the same day and got quotes to us very quickly.
Kurt kept in touch with us with updates as things progressed. I was definitely pleased.
For residential and commercial plumbing, go to theswellplumber.com and book your appointment today.
When your comfort is on the line, trust the experts who care. At Air Temp Heating and Cooling, we've been dedicated to keeping Castle Country cozy since 1999. Our certified technicians are ready with 24/7 emergency service and the latest knowledge in heating and cooling technology. As a proud Bryant authorized dealer, we'll do whatever it takes to ensure your home or business stays comfortable year-round. Call Air Temp Heating and Cooling today at 637-4468.
The Spartans play here.
Hudson Grange, number 10, receiver.
Garrett Conover, number 23.
On 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
Just about set for kickoff as we return out of the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show here on 107.3 FM, 750 AM. Jordan Buscarini and Travis Anderson. A pleasure to be along with you tonight. Final home game of the regular season, final game of the regular season, as Emery and Delta get set to square off. The coin flip right now taking place at the 50-yard line, and it gives us an opportunity to give a shout-out to our officials in tonight's game. The referee will be Ben Wolford. Now, we do have Ben mic'd up. We'll be able to go live onto the field with Ben whenever he is making the announcements on the penalties on the field. The umpire will be Jared Tatton. The head linesman, Daniel Hughley. The line judge will be Patrick Cox, and the back judge will be Jordan Blank. There is the coin flip right now. Emery has won the toss. They will defer to the second half. And so the Delta Rabbits are going to get first crack at it, Travis. That'll give us an opportunity to see their prize stud running back, Jet Rollinson, who is also a senior playing in his final regular season game. To say he's the real deal would be an understatement.
Yeah, he's really special. Does a good job of, just finding the gaps, finding the creases, finding the holes, and he's a tough tackle, so you've got to be aware of at all times where he's lined up, and you've got to make the initial tackle.
So Emery's defense will have to set the tempo in this game, and after last week's performance, let's see what they can bring to the table tonight.
Yep. Like we said last week, a little bit rough. You file that one away, you dump that, you burn that tape, you come back, you got an important game right now against Delta. You're neck and neck with them in the RPI. We know the RPI officially comes out tomorrow, so we'll know what seeding that we have tomorrow morning.
Yeah, Emery right now, the 5 seed. I would anticipate a win would keep them as the 5 seed. They come out wearing their home black uniforms.
Black tops, black helmets, all blackout.
Delta comes out with the silver pants, white top, silver helmets. Emery's going to be kicking off right to left off the radio dial. That means Delta, of course, moving left to right. Again, an opportunity for Emery to rid the losing skid, get back into the win column, and develop a little bit of momentum heading into the state tournament. Let's do it one more time. Atwood will kick it off. It's teed up at the 40, waiting for the official's whistle, and we are underway here at Emery High School. Atwood's kick, it's a short one, takes a bounce at the 22-yard line. The Rabbits will return it at the 15, now to the 20, 25, decent return to the 30, and brought down beyond the 35 at the 36-yard line. Excellent starting field position for the Delta Rabbits. On the kick return was Drake Norman.
The Delta's going to get great field position to start this game. We've seen that time and time again where teams, they're getting good field position off the kickoff, and the special teams for Emery just a little bit struggling so far as we head home here in the last game of the season.
First down and 10 for the Rabbits. Snap, looks like there was confusion. Ball is down on the ground, and Emery says they have it. Do they? Yes, a turnover on the very first play of the game for the Rabbits. And that is a disastrous start. It appeared to be a mishandle from quarterback Bodie Shorts as he was trying to get the ball out to Rollinson, and Emery is able to fall on the ball, and they will take over at the Delta 35-yard line.
The bobble and the first turnover of the game goes to Emery as Delta coughs it up, and the ball sitting in great field position there at the 35.
Wanting to win that takeaway battle. Coach Famalo has put such an emphasis on that. Shotgun set, split formation. Motion man is going to be Bo Stilson. Trig Jensen back to pass. He wants it across the middle of the field. It was a laser of a throw, and it is complete. Jaden Atwood, the senior, hauls it in for a gain of 5. Emery has the ball now at the 30-yard line. I thought Trigg was going to test the waters deep. Instead, he works it underneath and finds Atwood officially a gain of 4 to make it 2nd down and 6.
Atwood saved an interception there. Comes back, gets the football, and then takes a pop. So good job, Jaden, saving the interception. Yeah, it looks like he's going to go over the top in the middle.
One man in the backfield. It's Traxton Conover. He'll line up to the right side. Traxton, one of the seniors on this year's squad. Twins left here for Emery. Handoff. Conover has the hole. He's got good yardage on 2nd down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. So Emery is right on schedule, about 4 yards shy of the first down stick. Big 3rd down coming up off of the gain of 2.
Yeah, you just want to be in this spot all night long. It's a short down conversion to pick up the first down, about 2 yards shy.
Garrett Conover in the backfield for Emery. Snap. Handoff. It's Garrett, bounces it to the outside. Shoestring tackle may have saved a big yardage play as Garrett nearly got to the end. On the takedown that time for the Rabbits was Carter Anderson from the linebacker spot, sticking his glove out and saving what would have been a huge pickup. Instead, Emery faced with 4th down and 3. They have the ball at the 28. They have to get to the 25. An opportunity to keep the offense out on the field.
Not only did he save the first down, he saved a touchdown.
Probably. Jensen is up underneath center. Trigg takes the snap. Here's a reverse. Delta not fooled. Stilson off of the second effort manages to pick up the first down. The Rabbits sniffed it out from the beginning. Bo Stilson puts his head down. He trucks forward and gets all the way to the 20-yard line on a gain of 7. 1st and 10, Emery.
Yeah, a bunch of whiffs on the tackle. Looked like they stopped him short. They were going to get the ball back. Instead, they whiff. 1st down, Emery.
Welcome to the red zone. Opening quarter, 2 minutes gone by. It's Emery High School football. Trigg will go into the pistol set. One back standing off to the right. It's Traxton Conover as Garrett Conover has now moved to the outside. Trigg fakes the pitch, rolls out right side, fires, intercepted at the 10-yard line. He wanted Cray Leroy, and that time he never saw the safety creeping up. Turnover, Delta will take over. An excellent play defensively for the Rabbits.
Jet Rawlinson read that perfectly, steps right in front of the intended wide receiver. It's a bad throw, bad attempt, and we exchange turnovers on the both drives, on the opening drives. Just a force, and once you force the football in that area, that's an easy pick.
First down and 10, one turnover apiece, and the Rabbits drop the ball again, and it appears that they have recovered it this go-around. My goodness, almost another disaster in trying to get the ball to Jet Rawlinson.
The same play that they fumbled, again, the exchange is not there, and they cough it up once again.
It has been sloppy for Delta on offense, and as I say that, Emery also ending their first drive with a turnover. The Rabbits have the ball now at their own 14-yard line. They have to get to the 25, so it is second down and 11. Again, Bodie Shorts, the quarterback, takes the snap, handoff, trying to get Rawlinson involved, and Emery is prepared for it. Takedown that time by Garrett Conover. Still good yardage on second down. Ball is out to the 20, and that sets up a third down and long here. Third and about, we'll call it 6.
Yeah, Conover does a good job. He starts on the outside, then weaves back to the inside, makes the tackle to make it third down and 5.
They spotted at the 20-yard line. Got to get to the 25. And now we have our first stoppage. We'll resume. Third down and 5, ball at the 20. Low snap, it's on the ground. Rawlinson goes and picks it up all the way back at the 10. He hits the edge. He's got the first down to the sideline. 45-yard line brought down at the 47. So a broken play, which could have been a disaster for Delta, turns out to be the largest gain of the evening here in the first quarter. Delta's got a fresh set of downs near midfield. Jet Rawlinson showing off his ability.
Jet Rawlinson picks up the tumbling football. Looks like it's another turnover that Emery has a chance to snip out. Instead, they over-pursue. They allow the sideline, and it's a first down.
Turns out to be a 27-yard pickup. Man coming in motion. Another loose ball on the ground. And Delta is able to recover. They forfeit it down. It's second and 10.
They are having all sorts of problems with the exchange.
Bodie Shorts, the quarterback, having a problem right now, getting a handle off the exchange from the center, and it's second down and 10.
Yeah, they're just going too fast. You have motion, and then with everything that's happening, he goes by and he taps him. Once he taps him, that's for the snap, and then the snap's not there.
Wild start to this game. Second down and 10. Shorts this time goes to Rawlinson, gets by 2 initial would-be tacklers, and he is able to turn it into a gain of 11 yards to move the sticks. First down, Delta now in Emery territory to the 42-yard line.
Another missed tackle. Conover's there. He just can't make the play, and it's a first down pickup.
This drive exclusively Jet Rawlinson. Even on the mistakes from Delta, the Rabbits have flipped field position with 7:21 to play in the opening quarter. No score. There's a wishbone set for the Rabbits. Handoff, and this goes nowhere. Knee hit the ground very early in the carry as Bronx Hunt was brought down just beyond the line of scrimmage, if he gained anything. They were originally going to spot that ball at the 40. They move it back to the 42.
Yeah, inside draw play. And again, like you said, the knee touches down as he falls forward. So short, minimal gain. No gain.
Second down and 10. Wishbone once again. Shorts is underneath center. Takes the snap. Now it's a pitch. Rawlinson, room to run to the outside. 35-30. No one's going to catch him. He's down the sidelines. Touchdown, Delta. A 42-yard pickup. Touchdown for Jet Rawlinson.
Conover's there once again. He overplays it. And if you over-pursue just a little bit, there's no help down the sideline.
Now,
Touchdown.
I think there's a flag on the play. I saw one come out. My question is it a sideline warning? That would be the question. Let's go down on the field. White Hat Ben Wolford will tell us what the ruling is. In fact, he's going to come over and talk to Emery's sideline here. But I believe the touchdown will stick. Well, that was all Jet Rawlinson for Delta on that drive, which could have ended prematurely multiple times.
During the play, sideline warning on Delta, 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kick. Touchdown.
There you have it. So Rawlinson will stick on a 42-yard run down the sideline.
Well, we knew he was going to be a handful coming in. And the play where he recovers the fumble back towards his goal line and then saves it, picks up the first down. They march down, put up 6.
And now the point after for the Rabbits to try to make it 7-0. Schertz will be the holder. Snap is good. Hold is good. The kick, however, is blocked. And so the PAT by Jason Johnson is no good. Damage done. Delta draws first blood. 6:36 to play in the opening quarter. It's 6-0 Rabbits when we return.
At Castle Country Vet, they believe every pet deserves a touch of love and expert care. You can trust Dr. Harmer and Dr. Kelly. They're not just veterinarians, but passionate pet lovers, dedicated to nurturing your furry friends like family. From routine checkups to emergency interventions, you and your pet will experience compassionate, professional care every step of the way. Let Castle Country Vet help your pets lead the happiest, healthiest lives. Call Castle Country Vet today, 637-5797, because love is a 4-legged word.
The Spartans play here.
This is AJ Thomas, number 14.
Jacob Morris, number 5.
On 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
6-0 Delta. 6:36 to play in the opening quarter here on 107.3 FM and 750 AM. Travis, not an awful start for Emery. They've had their opportunities to really jump out, still momentum. However, it's Delta that has had a couple of big plays off of mishaps, to say the least.
Yeah, just an advantage that Emery had. They got a turnover deep into Delta territory. Then they turned the ball over again back to them, and then you give up 6.
Now, the PAT was blocked. Here comes the kick. Johnson with a line drive. Garrett Conover picks it up at the 25-30, 35-40. Conover with room to run. He's to midfield, brought down to the Delta 47-yard line.
That's what you need, that little spark. Special teams comes through. They put you into Delta territory past midfield.
And now we'll get our second look at the Emery offense. What did you like the first go-around?
I thought they did a good job of finding the open spot, the open space in that Delta defense. You could see Jaden Atwood with the catch, their ability to run the football. So you're going to have to take plays over the middle of the field. I think that's an area where you can excel.
Drake Jensen, the quarterback for Emery. He's got one running back to his left. Twins and Bo Stilson's going to come in motion. There's the snap, handoff, end around to Stilson. Flag comes out in the vicinity of holding, which would put Emery behind the sticks. That play took a little bit longer to develop than you would typically like off of the end, off of the jet sweep or end around, however you want to word it. And so we'll back up Emery.
Holding. Offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
So a 10-yard penalty against Emery.
I can see that hold right in the inside as he tries to break free to the outside to get to the sideline. Anytime you have that play develop as long as it did, there's going to be a hold.
Ball back now with a 43-yard line. Emery on their own side of the field. Split back this go-around. Twins right side, one to the left. Motion man is going to be Traxton Conover. Trigg back to pass. Sets up the screen to Garrett Conover. And Garrett gets it out close to the 45-yard line, but he is brought down to the ground. Excellent read defensively that time by McCray Wade. And so Emery faced with 2nd and 18.
Yeah, Wade not pulled at all. He just stayed right in position where he needs to be, drops back just a little bit, then he comes forward and makes the tackle. And now it's 2nd down and 19.
We are midway through the second quarter. 6-0 Delta if you are just joining us. Both teams with one turnover. Emery's came in the red zone, and Delta turned that into 6 points on a lengthy 86-yard drive. Man in motion, it's Leroy. He'll come right to left. Jensen back to pass out of the empty backfield, flushed out of the pocket, rolling to his left, and he is sacked in the backfield for a big loss. Coming around on the end was Bronx Hunt, and Emery is now faced with third and forever all the way back on their own 37-yard line. This was a drive that started at the Delta 47.
Yeah, Bronx Hunt comes untouched, tracks down, coming from the outside edge. Nobody puts a hat on him. That's an easy sack for him as he gobbles him up to make this third and forever. 3rd and 25.
Shotgun again here for Trigg. We'll see if Emery gets aggressive or if they just play field position to punt. Trigg takes the snap, quarterback draw, field position play, and he gets maybe a yard. And so Emery will send out the special teams unit. Haunted by penalties and a long sack, those are drive killers. And now the Rabbits will have a second chance offensively as Atwood will punt this football away. Back deep to return for the Rabbits is Dason Meinhardt.
Penalties and sacks are drive killers and momentum busters.
Atwood will stand back at his own 27-yard line. Again, a drive that started at the Delta 47. Shoulder high snap, gets the punt away. It's a high riser, not a ton of distance, but it does take an Emery bounce at the 35-yard line. Ball rolls exactly to the 30, and that's where Leroy will down it. So 70 yards of green standing in front of the Delta Rabbits.
Defensively now, you've got to come out. You got to get a stop. You don't want to fall down 2 scores against Delta the way that they could then, if they get 2 scores up, run the football, control clock. And for Emery, they're a team that doesn't like to play from behind. They take a lot of time offensively to, move the ball down the field.
Well, the Rabbits have had a struggle on the center to quarterback exchange. We'll see if that rears its ugly head or if they've gotten it figured out. I formation, handoff to Rollinson. He bulldozes his way through the line up to the 37-yard line, so a gain of 7 on first down to set up 2nd down and 3.
Right, just getting to the second wave of the defense. Never a good sign. A gain of 7 to make it, like you said, 2nd and 3. And that's what they do. Chunk yards. 5, 6, 7 on first down.
Wishbone set once again. This is where Delta really feels comfortable. And they go back to Hunt this time. He's got enough for the first down. He's able to get beyond the 40, close to the 44-yard line. 1st and 10, move the sticks.
Run the football, control tempo, control the clock. Shorten the game. You're just hoping one of those bobble exchanges and you can pop on the football and get your second turnover of the night.
Ball at the 44-yard line. Delta still on their own side. Clock seems to be moving fast, right? This quarter has been quick. 3 minutes and 27 ticks left in the first. This time, misdirection. Rollinson out of the backfield. Emery not fooled by the misdirection. They were quick to get back. Michael Ilijic was in on the hit. He also got some help that go around by Jess Larson. Gain of 2 still. Even though Rollinson was met behind the line of scrimmage, that proves just how powerful of a runner he is when he lowers that pad level and gets waist high.
Yeah, he's a big kid. You've got to tackle him down low. You just can't hope to bear hug him and throw him to the turf because he's just going to spin out of it.
Up underneath center, I formation this go around. Man coming in motion, hard snap. Emery is saying the Delta Rabbit guard jump first. The officials will agree.
Before the snap, illegal snap, offense. No 2nd down.
Actually rule it an illegal snap. Emery will definitely take it, puts Delta behind the sticks. They're looking at 2nd down and 13.
Now an opportunity defensively. You have them 2nd and 13 that you just talked about where you can be aggressive defensively. Maybe you send someone from the outside. Maybe you blitz up the middle.
Yeah, do you pin your ears back or do you play it safe? Let's see what happens. Play action. Schertz is going to try to throw down the seam, and he had a man open.
It's a walk-in touchdown.
He overshoots Kolsty.
Had all sorts of time in the pocket, and he just flicks it out there, and it's incomplete. But if he just takes a little air out of the football and lets his wide receiver run underneath, he's running into the end zone, and this thing's 12-0.
Well, when you see the safety come up, what do? You blitz the seam, right? That's what you do if you're a quarterback. Bo Stilson came up, and so there was man-to-man coverage. Emery gets lucky. Now 3rd and 13, and it's a bad snap. Ball is on the ground, and it appears that Emery has recovered, although that ball was squirting all different directions. This will be huge for field position. We are still waiting to see who recovered. It appears that Rawlinson was able to fall on it, and so it's 4th down and long now for the Rabbits. They are struggling heavily just with the simple center to quarterback exchange.
Yeah, Emery, all they had to do was fall on the football. It looked like Gideon Meekum had it, and then, like you said, it just squirts out underneath his arms, and the Rabbits get it back on 4th and 18.
4th and long, Cray Leroy back to return the punt. Good snap, clean punt, end over end. It takes a bounce at the 30-yard line, a big Delta bounce inside the 20. What a punt for the Delta Rabbits. Doing some work was Zane Quackenbush, and now Emery will have 80 yards of green in front of them.
It's a boom, and then you get the roll. But again, you talk about Delta's got to clean that up because eventually that is going to come back to bite you where the fumble exchange is going to bounce correctly to Emery's way, and they're going to return it for a touchdown.
Another penalty really affecting the drive. Emery will take it. We'll see if the offense can get moving. So far for Emery, they took over deep into Delta's territory, turnover in the red zone, and then a quick 3-and-out in a drive that was haunted by penalties and a sack. Man coming in motion, it's Bo Stilson. They get it to Bo out of the motion to the 20-yard line. Bo brought down from behind, but he did pick up good yardage on 1st down. Excellent open field tackle that go around by the Rabbits. In on the takedown was Drake Quackenbush, and now Emery will have the ball at about the 23-yard line.
Yeah, Emery had the blocking on the outside. They just couldn't hold the blocks long enough as Delta then pursues downhill and only allows 3 yards after a play that looked like it was going to spring for 10+.
2nd down and 7. Trigg will go back into the shotgun. We have a $1:39 left in the first quarter. Still 6-0 Delta. Trigg takes the snap. Errant hands it off. It's to Gideon Meekum on the delay, and Giddy gets it past the 30. He'll move the sticks. 1st down to the 33-yard line. So a big pickup of 10 by Gideon Meekum. The delay on that handoff had everybody fooled, including us up in the broadcast booth. Emery will move the sticks.
That Giddy goes inside, fools everybody, picks up the 1st down.
Here comes tempo offense from Emery. Trigg is up underneath center, takes the snap, pitch out to Conover. Conover has to try to get to the outside. Delta does a great job of sealing up the edge, and a flag comes out late to the 27-yard line. And if this is a hold on Emery, it's going to back them up yet again.
Flag on the play.
It's going to be on Emery.
Sure. That's what they're talking about right now with the Rabbits. Do you want to accept it and give them 1st down, or take the loss on 1st down and make it 2nd?
Make it 2nd. That's what I would do.
I think they're going to accept the penalty.
Illegal block in the back. Offense. Repeat 1st down.
So that'll back Emery up to the 23-yard line. A block in the back, setting the stage for another lengthy 1st and forever. It's 1st and 20 now for the Spartans. They have to get the ball out to the 43-yard line. Trigg, quick pass, gets it out. Leroy on the edge, 30-yard line, 35. Cray still moving forward, and he is brought down just shy of the 40. Gets the ball out to the 38-yard line. So a big pickup on 1st down. Emery desperately needed something there, and they do it with Cray Leroy, who has been so steady all season long, the junior, on a nice pickup of roughly 14 yards. They'll give him 15 officially. 2nd down and 5. Trips left go, this time for Emery. Handoff, Spartans on 2nd down ahead of the sticks. Traxton Conover dives to the 40-yard line, so it's a gain of 2 to set up 3rd down and 3.
Just no hole to run through. Delta seals it off. It makes this now 3rd down, 2 yards to go. And does Emery let the clock run out to get to the 2nd quarter?
It's a very crucial 3rd down. I think you should let it roll off. Go to the sideline and talk about it, and that's exactly what Emery is going to do. There's only 7 seconds left here in the quarter, and that'll take us to the end of 1. The only score so far, Jet Rawlinson, a 42-yard run down the sideline. Emery with a very important 3rd and 3 coming up when we return on 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
At Clean Cut Roofing and Siding, they believe every home deserves to look its best. Since 2003, Clean Cut Roofing and Siding has been transforming homes and businesses with precision and care. ensuring your peace of mind with every shingle and siding panel installed. Whether you're updating an old look, repairing storm damage, or bringing life back to your storefront, trust them to handle every detail. Visit cleancutroofingsiding.com to schedule your free consultation. Clean Cut Roofing and Siding, where quality meets craftsmanship.
The Spartans play here.
Hudson Grange, number 10, receiver.
Garrett Conover, number 23.
On 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
Second quarter just about to begin. A very important third down, and we'll rule it a 2 for Emery. It's a long 2. Emery now moving left to right off of the dial. Delta comes out with 4 linemen. They show blitz off of the outside. Handoff, it's Conover, first down and more. Garrett into the open field. No one's going to catch him. Garrett Conover, he takes it to the house. Touchdown! A 59-yard run by Garrett Conover on the first play of the second quarter to draw Emery even with the Delta Rabbits.
Conover just uses the speed and bursts through past every defender that the Rabbits have and into the end zone for a much-needed touchdown on third down and 2.
He's been electric all season long, and he does it again. Garrett Conover from 59 yards out, and we are all tied 6-6. Jaden Atwood out to attempt the PAT. Bo Stilson to hold. Snap is good, hold is good, and the kick is right down Broadway. Garrett Conover makes it happen with his feet. 7-6 Emery when we return on 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Discover peace of mind with Don's Hometown Insurance, now even closer to home at their new location, 58 West Main Street in Price. Connect directly with friendly agents ready to tailor a package just for you. Imagine bundling your home, auto, and life insurance, simplifying your life while maximizing your savings. Experience personalized service designed to protect what matters most to you. Visit Don's Hometown Insurance today and feel the difference.
The Spartans play here on 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
7-6 Emery with 11:50 to play in the first half. Garrett Conover, 63 yards on the ground, 59 of it coming on one play, going to the house on an important 3rd and 3, the first play of the second quarter.
A lot of whiffs up front, and then he gets to the second wave of the defense into the end zone.
Atwood gets a running kick. Line drive takes a bounce at the 15-yard line. On the return for the Rabbits, it's Norman. He goes to the right side and gets beyond the 25-yard line. Trying to see where they'll spot this officially. It appears to be at the 27. And so the Rabbits, with some of their worst starting field position of the game, we'll see if that's a big momentum swing, Travis. And the good news, when you look at the senior class that we are saying goodbye to tonight, Garrett Conover, we get another year of this kid.
Yeah, he's getting better each week, and we get one more year of him, and how special was that last run?
Here come the Rabbits off the motion, handoff to Rollinson, and he is beyond the 30, taken down by Ilijic at the 30-yard line, and then he dives forward for an additional yard. So a 4-yard pickup to set up second down and 6.
See how the Rabbits respond after giving up that touchdown to Conover.
Second down and 6, ball at the 31-yard line. Rabbits moving right to left off of the dial. 11-12 to play in the second. It's been a game of big plays. Wishbone set here for the Rabbits. Schertz is underneath center. Hands it off, and this one goes to the lead back, and there's not a lot cooking for Hunt off of the handoff. Oh, excuse me, that wasn't Hunt. That time it was Bronco Bundy. And Bundy gets it out to the 32-yard line. It's third down. And a long 4 yards coming up for the Rabbits.
Emery's defense now playing with a little bit more fire after that touchdown. They give them the lead 7-6.
Bronco Bundy, a name you've got to be familiar with if you follow Delta Athletics. He's an all-around ball player. Cole Bailey, the center for Delta, gets it off to Schertz. Here comes the handoff to Rollinson around the end. He's got room again. He is electric past the 40, and he is knocked down hard at the 41-yard line. 1st and 10, Delta.
Patient runner, right? Sees the hold and kicks it back to the outside. and picks up a much-needed first down for the Rabbits on 3rd down and 5.
I'm always impressed by any back that can kick it to the outside, bring the defense, and then immediately find that cutback lane and take it to the middle of the field. And Rollinson does that as well as anyone in the classification. Ball out now to the 42-yard line, 1st and 10. Emery will go with a 3-man front, 2 ends, bringing up off the outside to try to stop this run out of the wishbone. It's Rollinson again, and he is bouncing off of would-be tacklers up to the 45-yard line. Gain of 3 to set 2nd and 7.
Just ping-ponging around, then twists and falls forward for positive yards.
Clock is moving. 9:44 to play in the second quarter. Emery 7, Delta 6. Emery ranked number 5, Delta ranked number 6. Crucial game here between these two to wrap up the regular season. Man in motion this go around is Bundy. Handoff, Hunt. He explodes through the line of scrimmage. He finds success in between the tackles. He's on to Emery's side of the field to the 46-yard line, 1st and 10, Delta.
The pile looked like it was bottled up pretty well. And then at the last second, you see him spit through, and then he falls forward for the first down.
Well, we know that Rollinson can take it outside off tackle. If they start having success in between the tackles, could be a long night for this Emery defensive front. 1st down and 10.
He got low and used the speed.
Man coming in motion. This time it's Hunt. Schertz is going to keep it himself. He had the fake to Bundy, dives forward. He gets it up to the 45-yard line. So a minimal pickup. They'll give him just a yard on the play. It's 2nd down and 9. But again, Delta doing exactly what they want to do. While Rollinson had a big 42-yard touchdown on their scoring drive, here they're just nickel and diming Emery on the ground, but staying in front of the sticks.
I was curious to see how they would come out offensively after giving up the touchdown. See if they change anything. They panic a little bit or they change things up. No, they've stayed true to what they do.
Once again, a wishbone. Schertz is up underneath center. Man in motion is Bundy. Play action. Schertz is going to try to take it off the top of the defense. Rolls out left side. He's under pressure. Now he's going to keep it and run. Atwood tries to conceal the outside, and Gideon Meekum is able to shove him out of bounds, but not before Schertz picks up some good yardage on what appeared to be a broken play. We're looking at 3rd down with the ball now at the 39-yard line, and the Rabbits have to get to the Emery 36, so 3rd down and 3.
4-down territory for Delta. So stay true to what you do offensively and just pound the rock. Maybe Emery's thinking, all right, they're going to run middle. If you're Delta, maybe you roll out and you can pick up a cheap first down because everybody's going to be sucked in the middle.
Schertz is up underneath center. Takes the snap, handoff. Rollinson lost the football. It's on the turf. It's still loose, and Emery recovers. That ball bounced up all the way inside the 35 before Emery was finally able to hop on it, and it appears that it was Cray Leroy that recovered the fumble. 1st and 10, Emery.
We talked about they were eventually going to give the rock up because they've been a little bit sloppy with the protection of the football. Again, they put it on the turf, and Leroy right there to suck the football up into his paws, into his chest, and it's a turnover by Delta.
Right now, the Rabbits have been their own worst enemy on the offensive side of the ball. Another turnover, and Emery will take over on their own side of the field at the 32. Trigg is out of the shotgun, Twins right. Snap, shoulder high, play action, back to pass, delivers a screen, caught by Meekum. Getty gets it up to the 34-yard line. So minimal pickup, but every time Getty has the football and he lowers his head, you know a big boom is on the way. Minimal gain of just 2 yards.
Yeah, that was a bullet, and he catches it, and he's one dodge tackle away from picking up 10+.
2nd down and 8, 7 minutes and 39 ticks left here in the first half. Emery has to get the ball to the Delta 42 to continue this drive. Trips right side, man-to-man off of the left. Trigg back to pass, looks trips, goes to Leroy. Cray had to climb the ladder to come down with that reception, and as soon as he did, he was met by a Delta defender exploding into the backfield for the takedown.
He just shoots down the line, read it perfectly, and at the timing of the route, pops him to make it a loss.
I believe it was Corver Pace that was in on the takedown. And Emery loses 5 yards to make it 3rd and 13, under 7 to play now in the second quarter. Big third down again for Emery. Their lone touchdown came on a third down. Trigg back to pass. Pocket collapses. Throws on the run. Has a man. It's caught by Bo Stilson. Bo's into the secondary to the open field. Outside corner. Taken down at the Delta 34-yard line.
Corver Pace saves a touchdown. What a play on 3rd down 13 to pick up the first down to get the ball into Delta territory.
Trigg Jensen showcasing his ability to throw on the run. Delivered the bullet, hauled in by Bo Stilson, who was reliable of hands of anyone in the classification. And then he picks up the extra yak to get the ball inside the 35. Twins on each side. Trigg, design quarterback draw up the gut past the 30-yard line, and Trigg is brought down at the 28 for a nice pickup of 5 yards on first down. This is Emery football, exactly the way the offense wants to operate.
And now you got to make the Delta defense pay. They cough the ball up offensively. Defensively, they have a chance to get off the field on 3rd down 13. They give up a huge first down, and you've got the ball sitting at the Delta 33 now with 6 minutes approaching here till half.
Emery will go 2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. The one is Cray Leroy, who has been known for big plays in man-to-man. Let's see what happens. Trigg back to pass. He is under pressure. Outside of the pocket, tries the dump off just to get rid of the ball. It's intended for Traxton Conover. Pass is incomplete. That time, Caden Colsty came off of the edge, and he forced Trigg to get rid of the ball before taking a big loss.
Yeah, Colsty took all his weight and landed on Trigg as well on the play, pursuing him in the backfield.
Ball at the 28. Emery has to get it just shy of the 23 to keep the drive alive. Should be 4-down territory. 2 in the backfield this go around for Trigg Jensen. He's got Twins right side. Snap. Handoff. It's Conover. Juking and jiving. Second effort's going to be enough to get the first down. Garrett Conover somehow gets it beyond the 23 to move the sticks on a play that was dead to right immediately, but Garrett, quick on his feet, gets skinny in between 2 defenders and dives forward. 1st and 10, Emery.
That probably should have been a late hit, too, in the backfield that was missed. Coach Famalo talking with the head official saying, where's the flag? And it probably should have came out of the pocket.
1st down and 10. Emery inside the 25-yard line, knocking on a red zone trip. 1 in the backfield. Trigg under center, play action to Conover. Pocket collapses. Trigg is able to work some magic with his feet. He gets out to the edge, and Trigg will dive forward for a gain of 1. Boy, that play did not have much of a chance to develop because Drake Quackenbush came around the edge and should have had Trigg down for a loss. However, Trigg, so light on his feet, able to scamper to the left side and pick up. Yeah, they'll give him maybe a half a yard on the play.
Should have been a loss of 5 or 6, but he turns it into a positive to save the down.
Under 5 minutes to play in the second quarter. Emery 7, Delta 6. Shotgun set this go around. 2 wideouts on each side. Motion man coming, gets Conover. Hand off to Garrett. Garrett's going to go left to right. Gets to the 20-yard line and is brought down at the 18. Gang tackle that go around by the Rabbits. In on the initial hit was Carter Anderson, and now Emery is faced with another 3rd down. As Travis pointed out a few moments ago, they did convert a 3rd and 13. Not quite as long this go around. They hold a 3rd and 6.
See if Emery will 4-down territory. Maybe you're thinking that, or do you want to set yourself up to try to get some points? You can't turn the ball over. You don't want to force anything. So we'll see play call-wise what they do. I hand the ball off right here. I think you're going to have success going left side.
They are well within Jaden Atwood's range for 3. Trigg is going to throw. Pocket collapses. Emery may have gotten away with a hold. Trigg forces it, throws an interception inside the 5-yard line. Emery did get away with a hold off the left side. Trigg tried to force this one inside the red zone, and it's picked off. And another turnover near or inside the red zone for Emery, their 2nd of the evening.
Just talked about it. You can't have a turnover. You can't force it. That's a force. You've had success running the football.
So no points. Again, as Emery is deep in Delta's territory, and with 3:46 to play in the first half, the Rabbits have second life. They do, however, have the ball at their own 4-yard line. Schertz is up underneath center. I would assume that this is going to go to Rollinson early and often. There he is on the outside, and he is into the open field. He's got one man to beat. Corbin Ward trying to run him down and does, but not before Rollinson takes it all the way to the Emery 40-yard line.
The ball was sitting at the 4, and it's all the way past midfield into Emery territory at the 39-yard line.
A 57-yard run by Jet Rollinson, and Corbin Ward, the sophomore, able to play the angle and save the touchdown.
That's a pitch into the end zone, too, and it wasn't a great pitch. And it was saved by the athletic ability to reach out, snuggle the football, and get it all the way down the field.
First down and 10. Handoff. This one goes to Hunt. Emery trying to strip the ball. Hunt is able to move forward for a gain of 1 to set 2nd and 9. 3 minutes and 14 seconds to play in the first half. Clock is moving. Emery does have 3 timeouts, and I believe Delta does as well.
Now, Rollinson saved that ball from being probably a safety or a touchdown by reaching out, then pulling it through, and then with all the help to the inside, the outside's open, and he just goes down the sideline. That was a huge play. Momentum-changing plays off the turnover.
Out of the wishbone, handoff to Rollinson. He makes a couple of defenders miss again. Larson was able to grab him, and then a gang tackle to finish up the play. 3rd down and 4 here for Delta. And it's a big down as we hit 2:39 to play in the first half, and the score is still 7-6 Emery.
Instead of trying to go up maybe 14-6, 10-6, you're staring right down the barrel at trailing this game at 12-7.
Neither team has been able to methodically put a drive together. It's been big plays.
And Delta, we got to watch them putting the ball on the turf.
Schertz, option, pitch, Rollinson. Emery not playing assignment football, and Rollinson gets inside the 20, a red zone visit for Delta. It's so hard to not collapse on Schertz, but you have to be aware that the pitch play with Rollinson on the outside is there for big yardage, and that's what happens. Rabbits have the ball now with the Emery 18-yard line.
Well, they saw Emery lined up the same way they lined up on the prior one where they at the 4-yard line. So they know if they can pitch it to the outside and everything's clean, that they're going to pick up a first down.
Deep back is Rollinson out of the wishbone. Schertz takes the handoff. It goes to Hunt. Hunt is trying to back it out.
Ball came out.
And we have another fumble. Emery says they have it. They do. Flag is down. No, that's not a flag. That's a beanbag. Another turnover for the Delta Rabbits. This is unbelievable.
We talked about it. We just talked about it, Jordan. The ball security. And what do? They come out, they have 2 positive plays, and then they turn that into a negative with the turnover.
So the Emery defense, again, rising to the occasion with $1:57 to play in the first half. It is a turnover fest here at Emery High School in the final regular season game of the season. Empty backfield this time for Trig Jensen as Emery has the ball at the 18. Trigg, quick pass, gets it to Conover. Makes one defender miss. He goes to a juke move. Flag comes out. Should be a hold against Emery. But the Spartans did get the ball out to the 25-yard line. Just trying to get Conover in the open field. Let's see what the ruling is here. There's 2 flags on the play. One is back at the 11, the other at the 15-yard line. Penalties and turnovers hampering both teams tonight.
Illegal block in the back. Offense. Still first down.
Right call.
Yep. Easy call, right call.
Ball is now back to the 9-yard line. Emery has to get to the 28 for a first down.
It's been a weird game.
Strange to say the least. 1:49 left in the first half. Let's see how aggressive Emery gets on 1st and long. Trigg, handoff. This one will go for decent yardage up to the 15. Traxton Conover on the carry. So he gets some of that yardage back, still roughly 4 yards shy of the original line of scrimmage.
They got to get the ball all the way out to the 28-yard line.
Curious to see if Delta gets aggressive and starts using timeouts with under 90 seconds to play in the first half and Emery deep in their own territory. Got to believe it really depends on this play. Quick pass out to Cray Leroy. Cray, he's got good yardage. Cray gets the ball up past the 25-yard line. He's close to the first down stick, and that may prevent Delta from going to use a timeout. See how close they are to the sticks. 3rd down and 1. Cray Leroy can make things happen with the ball in his hands. My goodness, what a play.
Yeah, the speed, the ability to find the crease and get up the field, and he puts Emery in a spot 3rd down and 1.
Minute 7 here in the first half. Emery with the ball in their own territory at the 27-yard line, needing to get to the 28. And there's another fumble. The snap hit Trigg in the face mask and falls down to the ground. Conover is there to jump on it. It's 4th down, under a minute to play. I'm a little surprised Delta's not calling a timeout.
Yeah, Trigg was...
And there it comes right there. The Rabbits will take it with 53 seconds to play in the first half. Still 7-6 Emery.
Yeah, not sure what Trigg saw, but he turned his head towards the Delta sideline, towards that side of the field. Then the snap came, and it hits him up in the chest and in the face mask, and the Spartans lucky to pounce on the football. Now you got a punt.
Both teams opening the door for the other. Who can take advantage of the mishaps first? The only 2 scores in this game have been long runs. Rollinson had a 42-yard, and Conover had a 59. We talked about neither team being able to establish a lengthy drive and finish because turnovers continue to happen deep in the other's territory.
It's been real sloppy with the ball security.
Fourth down, Jaden Atwood will come out to punt the ball away. He'll stand at his own 13. Needs to get some distance and some height on this one to prevent a good return in a short field for Delta.
Yeah, Delta's protection as for the fake.
There's a high punt. It does take an Emery bounce and rolls out at the 43-yard line on Delta's side of the field with 45 seconds to play in the first half. Actually, an excellent spot by the officials. That ball trickled to the sideline. Eagle eye to be able to see that. He was spot on. 43-yard line moving right to left for the Rabbits.
Well, now Delta, we've seen them spring a couple runs to the outside. They've got, a timeout left in their pocket? 2. I think they got 2.
I believe they have 2.
I think they have 2 in their pocket. So, yeah, and they're a situation where they don't really like to take chances down the field, but maybe they dig deep and try now.
First down and 10. Schertz is out of the shotgun. Low snap. Ball's on the ground. He picks it up. Now he delivers, and he overshoots his intended receiver, which is Bronx Hunt, who had some space in the open field, but another near disaster for Delta. And with 39 seconds left, you wonder if Coach Peterson says, just kneel on the ball and let's go to halftime down 1. 2nd and 10. Good snap, pitch to Rollinson. He's got Ilijic to beat. He bounces off Ilijic, gets the edge. He's now into Emery territory, and he runs out of bounds at the 45-yard line.
Just outran him. Ilijic's right there. He just outruns him, gets out of bounds, picks up the first down to the 45-yard line.
One of the tougher players in this classification to take down in the open field. But they do spot it at Emery's 44-yard line. 31 seconds left in the first half. Shorts is up underneath center, calls for a man in motion. Pitch again to Rollinson, and Rollinson is brought down to the backfield that time. Excellent play by Michael Ilijic.
Not fooled at all.
Nope. And the Rabbits have to take a timeout. 26 seconds left.
Yeah, they tried that pitch play once again, but Ilijic stays home. Situational football, you brought that up in the first quarter. This time it works, and they slow him up for a loss to make it 2nd down 14 at the 47.
There's hidden plays in the game of football. Hidden plays that may not jump at you at the stat sheet, but have so much meaning. That play right there puts Delta 4 yards behind the sticks with 26 seconds left and forces the Rabbits to use a timeout on a net negative play. That's huge when you take a look at a 7-6 score.
Yeah, for Emery, you just got to be disciplined enough not to over pursue, get fooled into the little pitch play where you suck everything in, they kick it out, and then you're left on an island on the outside. No big plays here with 26.4 left.
Rabbits moving right to left. Again, the ball at the Emery 48. Delta would need to get to the Emery 34 for a first down.
Yeah, Rabbits looking to get a first down on a pass play here to stop the clock, get lined up.
Schertz, the quarterback, takes the snap. It's a pitch to Rollinson, and he's got space on the outside. That gap closed quickly. Bo Stilson is able to meet him head on, and he gets some help from Garrett Conover and Gideon Meekum. And so Rollinson only able to pick up 1 It's now 3rd down with 16 seconds to play in the first half. So the Emery defense, again, staying home, Travis, not over pursuing Schertz and making sure that they can seal that edge, because if Rawlinson gets that edge, it's been trouble all evening.
Yeah, third down, 13 to go, 16.8 left at the 47. This play's got to be a pass play, and it can't be in the middle of the field.
Rabbits are out of timeouts. I would say you have a better chance of running a misdirection to get Rawlinson on the outside than you do completing a pass into the open field the way this first half has gone.
Yeah, that's the right play for them, but I don't know if it's going to work. Emery in the last two have set the tone. They've set the edge. I think they fool Emery. They go pass play because Emery's probably thinking they're not going to go pass play.
16 seconds left in the first half. Delta with the ball at the Emery 47-yard line.
But it can't be in the middle of the field. It's got to be the outside, and you got to get out of bounds.
Empty backfield. They're stacking the right side. Schertz takes the snap. He's under pressure. Conover comes from the backside, sack, and that'll take us to the end of the first half. Truxton Conover in his final game at home for Emery, delivering a first half ending sack back at the 40-yard line, and Emery will take a 1-point lead into the break.
Nobody picks Conover up. He comes on the outside, and he ends the half with a sack, and the Spartans going to the break up 7-6.
We have a very interesting game brewing here. Turnovers, penalties, both have played a factor. The difference in this one, a 59-yard run from Garrett Conover. Emery takes a 7-6 lead into the break. Coming up, halftime report brought to you by Dr. Daniel Cowley at Castle Valley Orthodontics. You can call for a free consultation on a set of braces. That phone number is 637-2222. Emery 7, Delta 6 when we return.
Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Kelly, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. What's keeping you from having a perfect smile? We understand what you want from a local orthodontist. And here at Castle Valley Orthodontics, you'll be treated like family. Call Castle Valley Orthodontics at 637-2222 for a free consultation.
Hey there, food lovers. It's Bill Hicks from Farlano's Cafe, your new favorite spot for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Whether you're craving a hearty omelet, a fresh salad, our golden curly fries, or our mouth-watering pastas, we've got you covered. And we're open 7 days a week. So come on down to Farlano's Cafe, where every meal is a celebration. Remember, it's where the locals eat. Visit us at Farlano's, where great food and great company come together. See you soon.
I was hoping to talk to someone about updating my insurance policy.
I am able to understand complete sentences.
That was a complete sentence?
I didn't understand that.
Or can I just talk to a person?
No one talks to humans anymore.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
I hear you. Why don't we review your coverage with a super check?
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Jill Jensen in Price today.
Discover the strength and beauty of Flawless Sheeting's metal siding and roofing solutions. Designed to endure and crafted to conserve energy, the products offered by Flawless Sheeting ensure your home not only looks good, but feels good too. Plus, they come with a 40-year warranty. Enjoy superior durability and enhanced comfort year-round with new roofing from Flawless Sheeting. Ready to upgrade? Call Flawless Sheeting at 636-7300 and elevate the way you live.
You see your friends with their new travel trailers, four-wheelers, and side-by-sides. They're living the dream, right? Well, it doesn't just have to be a dream. You can start living that same dream life today by starting your new career with GMS Mine Repair and Maintenance. GMS is hiring mechanics, electricians, fabricators, experienced and inexperienced miners. They offer high starting wages, benefits, a 401k, and vacation pay. Local jobs are available. Apply today. Email your resume to kbarker@gmsminerepair.com. The dream can be yours with GMS Mine Repair.
We're not going out on a limb when we say,
I want to go to Juniper.
Juniper Kitchen. Fantastic food, fun atmosphere. Known for their made-from-scratch pizzas, Juniper has the very best pastas, burgers, salads, wraps, hoagies, paninis, appetizers, loaded sodas, desserts, vegan and vegetarian options. Dine in for lunch or dinner, Tuesday through Friday, 11 till 8. Saturdays, noon till 8. Order online at juniperkitchenutah.com with DoorDash delivery. Stop beating around the bush for a great meal.
I want to go to Juniper.
Juniper Kitchen and Price.
Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Kelly, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. What's keeping you from having a perfect smile? We understand what you want from a local orthodontist. And here at Castle Valley Orthodontics, you'll be treated like family. Call Castle Valley Orthodontics at 637-2222 for a free consultation.
Welcome to the Emery Spartans Halftime Report, brought to you by Castle Valley Orthodontics. Call them at 637-2222 and schedule your free consultation for a smile that will last a lifetime.
Halftime here at Emery High School, and we have a barn burner, 7-6. That's the score. Emery with a 1-point advantage. Welcome into the halftime report. It's brought to you by Dr. Daniel Cowley at Castle Valley Orthodontics. Give them a call at 637-2222, and you can get a free consultation on a set of braces. That's a smile that'll last a lifetime. Doesn't matter the age. You're never too old for braces. Give them a call, 637-2222. Travis, 7-6 right now. Emery with the lead. The difference in the game, that was a 59-yard run from Garrett Conover.
Yeah, Conover on third down finds a little bit of a gap and then outruns everybody into the end zone. And that's the touchdown that puts them out in front, 7-6.
Let's take a look at the first half statistics, and we'll start with Emery through the air. Trig Jensen, 9 of 12, 72 yards. Not bad, right? However, 2 interceptions, and that's been huge in this game. Those 2 picks have come deep in Emery territory, or in Delta territory.
Yeah, the last one being in the second quarter late on a third down where he forced it, as it looked like Emery was going down to score, and he thought he had an out route going towards the pylon, towards the S in the end zone area, and it was intercepted.
Now, as far as Trig's favorite weapons tonight, leading receiver throughout the first half, it's Bo Stilson, 2 grabs, 41 yards, had a huge 38-yard pickup that came on 3rd and long, and that kind of prolonged a drive for Emery. That was the drive where the interception ended it inside the 5, but nonetheless, Bo has 41 yards, and then Craig Leroy, 3 grabs, he's got 23 yards.
I thought they did a good job spreading the ball, getting the ball to the speedsters. More of that in the second half. Delta's had some problems with coverage. So if you can just find a way to protect the football, not turn the ball over in the red zone, you're going to put up points.
Let's take a look at what Emery's been able to do on the ground. Leading rusher in this game, it's Garrett Conover. 5 carries, 73 yards, and a touchdown, including that 59-yard run that we've talked about. That's where the bulk of the Emery offense has come from, off of the heels of Garrett Conover, who also has brought in 2 passes, so he's been the main focus of the offense tonight.
Now the offense is running through him, is flowing through him, so adjustments going to be made both sides. We'll see what happens, but more importantly for Delta, they've got to do a better job protecting the football. They put it on the turf, it seemed like, every time that they touched the football.
It's been an effective offense. You want to hear some stats in this first half? Jet Rawlinson has 15 carries for over 200 yards, and Delta has 6 points on the scoreboard.
They don't have an answer for him, but the problem is they can't put up points because they're fumbling the football away every opportunity they have to score points.
As far as throwing the ball, it's been non-existent. Bodie Shorts, he's got 2 attempts, no completions, no yards. But again, the big story, over 200 yards for Rawlinson, 6 points. I can't get over that statistic.
Yeah, you've got to put more points up. You can't have 6 points and have 200-plus yards by your running back. And they're not going to throw the ball. That's just not what they're going to do. They're just going to continue to control tempo, control clock, work their way down the field. But they only have 6 points, and that's a bad sign.
Well, Delta as a team, 242 yards of offense total. Okay, they are averaging a ton of yardage on the ground. They just can't seem to finish off drives because they cannot hang on to the football. I've never seen anything like this Bronx Hunt has 18 yards on the ground. Bodie Schertz has 14. Bronco Bundy has 1. But again, 242 yards on the ground alone, and you have 6 points. I'm kind of floored by that stat.
It's just the inability to, hold on to the football. And it's just every time you think, all right, Delta's, they're going to go down and score, the ball's on the turf. And it's just simple, just handing the ball over, or the center quarterback exchange. It's mind-boggling to have those kind of stats, have those kind of numbers, have that kind of effort, the special night that's brewing, and you've got 6 points.
Yeah, let's take a look at the team stats in the first half, because it wasn't only turnovers, it was also costly penalties in that first half as well. These were penalties that came at really the most inopportune times. They were kind of drive killers for both teams. Emery has had 2 illegal block in the backs called, and that has set them way back, right? So once this offense is off schedule, it's tough to get back on track. We've seen that for both teams.
Yeah, you talk about the penalties, but when the penalties happen, that's the main part. You can have penalties, but they're drive-killing penalties they have, both sides, that have taken points off the board.
As far as first downs are concerned in this first half, Delta does have 9, Emery has 4. Both teams have had effective drives, but they have just not been able to finish them off with scores. That is what has made this game so interesting. And don't forget, Emery will get the ball to start the second half. Here's their opportunity to make it a 2-score game when the second half resumes. But as far as offensive plays, Delta has 31, Emery has ran 26. The total net yardage, it favors Delta 230 to 167.
Yeah, most of the stats probably will favor Delta that you're looking at right now. It's just they cough the football up every time, basically in Emery territory, that took points off the board.
Turnovers. Those are absolutely huge. Coach Famalo has put such a big focus on winning the takeaway battle. Here's another mind-numbing stat for you in that first half. Delta, 7 fumbles in that first half. They recovered 4 of them, but they lost 3. 3 lost fumbles in that first half. They put the ball on the turf 7 times.
That's going to continue to happen. Just the way that this game has gone, I expect that number by night's end to be 10.
Emery's winning the game 7-6. They're winning the takeaway battle right now 3-2. And so they are in favor right there. Emery has fumbled the ball once. They did recover it. 2 interceptions. Really the lone factor for Emery in the turnovers. Otherwise, we're probably looking at a 21-6 game.
Yeah, and I think if Emery comes out in the second half, they can get a quick score. They can get points. They really put Delta behind the 8 ball just a little bit, and then you're 3 and out and away from getting the ball back, going up 2 scores. And I just don't think Delta can come back from 2 scores down.
We have about 5 minutes before we move into the second half, but right now we have a thriller. Emery right now with a lead over the Delta Rabbits at 7-6 here on the Castle Valley Orthodontics Halftime Report. We have more coming up in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Kelly, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. What's keeping you from having a perfect smile? We understand what you want from a local orthodontist. And here at Castle Valley Orthodontics, you'll be treated like family. Call Castle Valley Orthodontics at 637-2222 for a free consultation.
Having a great local pharmacy that you can rely on is important. At Price Family Pharmacy, transferring your prescriptions is simple and hassle-free. Just call us at 637-3737 and we'll take care of the rest. Need your medication delivered right to your door? We offer free delivery to make your life even easier. Managing multiple medications? Ask about our convenient med packing service to keep you organized and on track. Visit Price Family Pharmacy and experience a team that genuinely cares. Feel better about your pharmacy. Choose Price Family Pharmacy today.
The time is now to join the JN Auto Experience. Browse quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs at our Price or Huntington lots. JN Auto can even help you get financing. Get fast, expert mechanic service to keep your vehicle running smoothly. Treat your car to a spotless wash or make it shine with professional detailing. Even rent a car. All in one convenient stop. JN Auto. Driven forward.
It's fun! It's our favorite place.
Strike up family fun for everyone. Gateway Lanes. Families that play together stay together. And Gateway Lanes is your center for fun, snacks, and great food. So let Gateway Lanes do the cooking with open and league bowling year-round and Club Bowl Thursday night, 9 till 11:30, with unlimited bowling including shoes. Since 1989, Helper's Hometown Bowling Center, Gateway Lanes, South Main Street in Historic Helper, and bowlhelper.com. Let's roll.
Welcome to Emery and Carbon Animal Health, where Dr. Jensen and his staff greet you and your pet with caring smiles. Our exam rooms are clean and inviting. Our accredited doctors offer many procedures, including examinations, surgery, dentistry, and boarding. Schedule an appointment today. 2 locations to serve you. Emery and Carbon Animal Health. Animals big and small. We care for them all.
Our home flooded when the refrigerator line broke. We felt helpless, didn't know what to do. Our neighbors told us to call On Call Restore. They really came through for us.
Serving all of southeastern Utah, they're fast and professional. 24/7 emergency services for water, fire, and mold. They even do emergency board-ups. And as a licensed insured general contractor, they do the remodeling as well. Call for a free quote, 650-1092.
Bringing you peace of mind during the worst of times. Call On Call, 650-1092.
We'll be on our way.
Golfers, get ready for year-round fun at Swing and Swear. Step into the action with over 43,000 world-class courses to choose from. No passport required. Rain or shine, you can tee off indoors. Multiple bays, club rentals, tables, chairs, and concessions. It's the perfect spot to practice your game, celebrate with friends, or spend time with family. From the serious golfer to first-timers, everyone is welcome to join the fun. Swing and Swear, located just off Ridge Road. Call 299-6200 to schedule a tee time today.
The Spartans play here on 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
Second half about to get underway. 7-6 Emery with the lead, and Emery's going to get the ball to start this second half. And Travis, I think it's fair to say this is going to be a monumental drive right here. I mean, if you can take it down, put some points up, take a little bit of clock off, you got to feel pretty good about where you're sitting.
This opening drive, third quarter for Emery is very important. For the Delta Rabbits, it's even more important. They got to prevent Emery from putting points on the board.
I can say once again, I don't believe I have ever seen a player garner 200-plus yards by himself in the first half, and that team only has 6 points. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Never will, probably ever again. It's crazy.
7 fumbles.
They have 7 fumbles. He has 200-plus yards. They have 6 total points.
And Emery has been able to effectively move the ball down the field. They have just not been able to finish off drives. So, you can look at it for both sides of the equation here. Nonetheless, as we get rolling in the second half, it's near even. 7-6 Emery with the lead, and they will get the ball to start things off. Craig Leroy and Garrett Conover back to return the kick. They'll stand back at their own 5-yard line. Coming out to boot the ball away for the Rabbits, it's Jason Johnson. So the Rabbits will kick off from the 40. Emery will be moving left to right off the radio dial. Fresh 12 up on the clock. Johnson gets his running start. End over end kick. It's a line drive. End over end kick. Leroy at the 15, now to the 20. Tries to bounce it off to the outside. Makes one miss to the 30. Still on his feet. 35-yard line. And Cray is shoved out of bounds. Shy of the 40-yard line. They'll spot this. Well, you know what? They're going to spot this over the 40-yard line. I take that back. One had it spotted at the 41, and now they'll spot it at the 39. So that's where Emery will start. 61 yards of green in front. Ball is placed on the near hash mark. Let's see if the offense can find its rhythm. Trig Jensen out of the shotgun set. He's got twins left side, one man in the backfield, drawing man-to-man with Bull Stilson off of the right side. Handoff. Emery wants to go to Traxton Conover on the very first carry of the second half, and Traxton dives forward for a gain of 2. Traxton, again a senior, has missed some time due to injury this year, but is back and had a huge sack to close out the first half. As the clock trickled down, essentially giving Emery a free possession, right? Knowing that they get the ball to start the second half. It was a big play. Trigg, quick pass, goes to Garrett. Conover. Garrett makes 1, 2 defenders miss. He's close to the 50-yard line. He dives forward. It appears to be enough for a first down. It is spotted directly at the 50-yard line. So Garrett getting back into the action early offensively on a quick out.
They got a great block on the outside that sprung him free to pick up the first down.
All that is an extension of the run, trying to get as many playmakers involved as possible. Screen off the left side. Trips now left here for Emery. Jacob Morris, Garrett Conover, and Bo Stilson. And then Emery will have Craig Leroy man-to-man down here near us off the right. Quick pass, center of the field, dangerous throw, but Trigg, boy, he put that one through. Threaded the needle on a gain of 3, finds Bo Stilson. Ball now at the 47-yard line on Delta's side of the field.
Puts it right in Stilson's chest. Dangerous throw. Picks up 3.
Quick, again, using that passing game as an extension of the run. Stilson this time will line up in the backfield. Delta appears to be bringing pressure. Trigg takes the snap, rolls out right side. Pressure coming off of the backside. Trigg is in trouble, fumbles the football. He got hit from behind, fumbles, and it looks as if Emery may have recovered the football. And if they did, they are extremely fortunate. Delta says they have it. I'm not sure who has it. Neither are the officials.
He never felt the pressure from the backside.
Still waiting on the officials. They say Emery recovers. So the Spartans avoid disaster. However, it is a big loss. That puts them well behind the sticks. The original line of scrimmage was at the 50. They now have the ball at their own 46-yard line, and they have to get the ball to the Delta 40. So that brings up 3rd down and 14.
Pressure from the backside. Nobody puts a hat on him. And that's an easy strip sack type of play for a defender. And Emery fortunate to pop back on the football, which leads to another fumble in the game.
3rd down and long. Trigg, low snap, rolls out left, running for his life, brought down to the ground, tried to throw it away, it's intercepted. Was Trigg down? That was the question. The refs say he was not, and so that's the 3rd pick as Trigg tried to just get rid of it. And now Delta will start over on Emery's side of the field inside the 40, so the turnover battle now even 3 apiece.
Falling to the turf, trying to make a play, and that's a bad interception. That's the 3rd one tonight.
37-yard line. We do not have the benefit of replay, but I wasn't sure if Trigg was down or not. It was close.
Very close.
It's hard for us to tell in real time.
Just can't make that throw, though.
Just go down, right?
Yeah, just take the sack and punt.
We'll see if Delta can hang on to the football. Rollinson on the first carry of the second half. Michael Ilijic went low. Garrett Conover went high. Positive pickup of 2, 2nd and 8.
Your defense has played so well, you just take the sack and you punt the football away.
Defense has been opportunistic. There's no question. Turnover battle now even 3 apiece. 2nd down and 8 for the Rabbits. 9:09 to play in the 3rd. Score Emery 7, Delta 6. Here's a misdirection, and the Rabbits try to kick it to the outside. On the carry that time was Caden Colsty. And Colsty, we've called his name an awful lot. He's been close to breaking off a couple of big plays, but he hasn't been able to do it successfully. He takes it inside the 35 to the 34-yard line, and now we're looking at 3rd down and 6, or a short 7 for Delta.
4 down territory for the Rabbits, so 3rd down and here in 7. You're just setting yourself up on 4th down. Make it manageable. 4th down and 2, 4th down and 3.
Wishbone set. Schertz is up underneath center. Man in motion. Play action pass. It was right through the hands. Boy, that is exactly what the Rabbits want. Corver Pace was able to run just beyond the sticks. Schertz hits him in the hands. The ball will fall harmlessly to the turf, but it's still 4th down and 7 for the Rabbits, and they will keep the offense out on the field.
That's a first down. That's a great play call. Just run him out. He stops at the sticks. The ball's right on your hands. It goes off your fingertips. Ball a little bit high, had some heat on it, but still you have to catch the football.
A little bit high, and Bo Stilson was lurking out of the safety spot.
It's a little cold out there.
It does affect the fingers, there's no doubt.
Ball's like a rock.
4th down. Delta. Play action. Schertz. Under pressure, climbs the pocket, incomplete. There was contact. Refs say no PI, turnover on downs. Emery brought pressure. I don't know that Schertz ever felt it. He tried to test the waters over the middle of the field, and it's incomplete. Emery's defense manages to rise to the occasion again. Score remains 7-6. Emery will take over at their own 34-yard line.
Limited in throwing the football. That's 2 misses. That's 2 opportunities he had to put the ball right on a wide receiver for first down, and he missed again, and it's wide right.
I could be wrong, but I don't think 7 points is going to be enough to win this game.
No.
Offense has got to make something happen. Double twin set. Motion man is Morris. They fake the jet sweep, and now Trigg is going to run. Trigg has the first down. He takes it all the way to the 49-yard line. So a big run by Trigg Jensen. Give him 15 yards, 1st and 10, Emery.
Take the snap, go right up the middle, pick up a first down, a yard shy, getting to the 50-yard line.
What do we call it? Motion with meaning. Morris comes in motion. You're thinking jet sweep the entire way, right? Nope. Fake it, Trigg. He's got dynamic legs, and he's able to showcase that right up the middle in between the tackles for a big pickup of 15. 1st down and 10. Emery near midfield. Trigg back out of the shotgun set. Gideon Meekum is into the wingback. And there's Giddy off the handoff to Delta's side of the field. Tackled low, able to spin off and pick up an additional 2 yards. Giddy takes it to Delta's 46-yard line. Nice gain of 5 on 1st down, and a big takedown by Carter Anderson. Not an easy task, as he definitely has the disadvantage size-wise, but he chops Giddy down after a gain of 5.
And now Emery can take their time. They run the football, shorten the game. Plays right in their hands, but you have to get points if you're going to do that.
7:19 and counting in the 3rd quarter. Emery 7, Delta 6. Motion man is Stilson. He'll move right to left. Back to pass Trigg. Goes to Stilson. There's a wall set up. Trigg to the, Bo to the 35-yard line. Trigg put that right where it needed to be, and Bo was able to show some patience, follows his wall, and that'll be a 1st down. Emery, they're inside the Delta 35-yard line.
Yeah, Bo does a good job of taking the catch and then dodging traffic to get the ball to the 1st down mark, and now sitting pretty at the 34.
5 minutes gone by in the 3rd quarter. Second offensive set for Emery. The first ended with an interception, but there was no harm. Trips right side this go-around for Emery. Shotgun set, man-to-man off of the left side. Trigg takes the helmet eye snap. He'll roll out to the right where he has numbers. Trigg puts his head down, breaks 1-2 tackles, dives inside the 30-yard line now to the 28. Nice pickup of 6 yards by Trigg Jensen on 1st down to set up 2nd and 4.
Now it looks like that Delta defense starting to wear down just a little bit.
Everyone pulling right to the strong side. Emery has drawn man-to-man on the weak side multiple times. When do you test the waters deep?
I just don't know if right now if you want to take that chance with the way that he's thrown interceptions tonight, 3. And he had one in this same situation in the 2nd quarter down in this area.
Well, we'll have man-to-man again. It's Craig Leroy now closest to us here on 2nd down and 4. Trigg looking, goes across the middle of the field, incomplete. Ball was knocked away, intended for Bo Stilson at the 25-yard line. Great defensive play by Kolsty. He dropped back into coverage from the linebacker spot, popped that ball loose, and now it's 3rd down and 4 for Emery. A tad bit out of the range of Jaden Atwood. In the offseason, I did see him kick good from 50. It is a little bit different when you're kicking in a game. You got to go a little bit lower, right? Or you can't go lower, I should say. You got to go a little bit higher, which does take off some distance. I think it's 4-down territory. You got to figure out a way to get 4 yards. 3rd down here for Emery, under 6 to play in the 3rd.
You have a chance with a little slant route in the middle.
Obviously playing 4-2 downs. There's Traxton Conover, 1st down and more. Traxton takes it inside the 15-yard line. Huge pickup all the way down to the 13. Traxton Conover makes a huge play to keep the drive alive, and welcome back to the red zone, Emery High School.
3rd down, 4, have to have it. They go up the gut, pick up the 1st down, and ever so, close to creeping in and adding 6 points.
Big 15-yard pickup by Traxton Conover, the senior, coming up huge for Emery, and I got to have it down. 1st and 10, Trigg back to pass. He's looking all day to throw. Center of the field, it's intercepted again. It's intercepted again, and Delta is going to be able to take this one back all the way to the 40. Bronx Hunt on the pick. That is the 4th interception of the ball game.
Yeah, you told me about throwing the football. I'd steer away from it You just can't make that throw into traffic. The read's not there, and I'm not sure where he's going with the football because it's not in the right spot and it's not open.
Well, you got to avoid throwing the ball to the center of the field.
You've had success running the football. You've got to stick to running the football.
Haven't really seen a pass outside the numbers tonight. Everything has been across the middle of the field.
And that's where the Delta defense is, though. Everything's packed in the middle of the field. So if you're going to take your chance throwing the football, then you need the one-on-one to the outside, not in the middle of the football.
First down and 10. Man coming in motion. Can Delta take care of the football? Schertz will try to explode the seam. Overshoots his man who was wide open. Corver Pace had a step. Schertz overshoots him, incomplete, 2nd and 10.
Second time he's overshot him. Had one in the first half. If he just takes a little air out of the football and lets his wide receiver run underneath it, similar to that one, he's still running, and it's 6.
5:21 left in the third. Still 7-6 Emery. Delta with the ball right now on their own side of the field at the 41-yard line. Schertz is in the shotgun pistol set with Rollinson behind him. Here comes a man in motion. Low snap. They're going to run the option. Schertz will keep it himself. He's beyond the line of scrimmage and tackled shy of the 45-yard line. So it's a positive pickup on second down for the Rabbits. They still have about 6 yards to go for a first down.
Opportunities tonight, both ways. And it's been a turnover fest. And at some point, one of these teams is going to score and the other is going to be kicking themselves, wondering what could have been.
Third down and a long 6 for the Rabbits. Man coming in motion. Schertz is out of the shotgun. He's going to try to keep it right up the middle. Emery is there, ready for it. Miles Mortensen sealed that hole quick. He delivered the pop. Excuse me, that wasn't Mortensen. That was, trying to tell who that was that stepped up to make that hit. Actually, whoever it was a great tackle inside, keeping Schertz away from picking up more than what he needed to, because Travis, he was one away from actually making that a big pickup.
Big 4th down, 5 for Delta, 4 minutes and rolling third quarter.
There was some movement. Flag stay in the pocket. Here's a punt for the Rabbits. Emery calls for a fair catch, then Leroy gets away from it. It takes a Rabbit bounce all the way inside the 20 up to the 17-yard line, and that's where Emery will start this next offensive set.
Yeah, 4th down and 5, you got to have a clean punt. They do, and they get a roll. So now Emery with the field position backed up a little bit.
First down and 10 for Emery, deep in their own territory. Well, we said 7 might not be enough to win this game, Travis. There's 3:46 to play in the third, and it's been enough so far.
Yeah, maybe 7 is enough.
Trigg is back in the shotgun set. He's got 2 bodyguards with him. Garrett Conover on the left side.
The middle's open now if you want to go with a slant.
There's the handoff to Garrett Conover. Garrett's going to take care of the football, gets it up to the 25-yard line. Great gain on first down. Emery well ahead of the sticks, gain of 7, 2nd and 3, with 3:30 to play in the third. It's a very simple task when you're running the football, Travis, but you want to use that passing game as an extension of the run, and I think you got to credit Delta. They have forced Emery to make some bad decisions with the football.
Yeah, just both teams just keep shooting themselves in the foot with the turnover.
Here's a handoff to Gideon Meekum. Giddy's got the first down. Hard-nosed run for Giddy. He gets it beyond the 30, shy of the 35 to the 34, 1st and 10.
Yeah, just keep running the football.
I would be surprised if we see a pass to the middle of the field again on this drive. If there is a pass, it's going to be outside the numbers. But I think Emery is going to be a predominantly run team the rest of the way.
The quarterback, confidence you worry about trying to take that throw in the middle of the field with having 4 interceptions.
Rollinson is guarding Leroy on the man-to-man outside the numbers. 2 in the backfield. Another handoff. Right now, it's the Garrett Conover show, and why not? He picks up another 3 yards on first down. And they give him 2, so it's 2nd and 8. Under 2.5 left in the third. Shotgun yet again here for Trigg. Twins each side. Motion man is coming. Trigg is going to keep it himself. Runs up the middle. Trigg gets it shy of the 40-yard line.
He took a pop, too.
He did. He is so dynamic, but that's what you worry about. Running in between the tackles, right?
Yeah, and that one's high. It's in the helmet area. It was just clean hit. It's shoulder. It's to the helmet face area, but you worry about, taking too many of those hits.
3rd down and 5. Minute 45 in the third. Big play here for Emery. They're still on their own side of the field at the 40-yard line. Delta's going to stack the box. Trigg takes the snap. Looks right, rolls left. On the run, throws it. That one was nearly intercepted as well on the sideline, and we have a flag that comes out, and it comes out late on the far hash mark at the 42-yard line. This is an important flag. See if this prolongs the drive. It appears it's against Emery, which Delta would certainly decline, making it 4th down, but we'll wait for the official ruling from the white hat Ben Wolford. Let's see what the call is out on the field.
Legal man downfield, offense. Penalties declined. 4th down.
So an illegal man downfield. Delta declines, and Emery will boot this ball away as the special teams unit comes out with 1:29 left on the clock in the third quarter.
It happens a lot when the plays break down. Your linemen just venture too far down the field. 4th down. And 1:29 left, so back-to-back punts.
I always credit the officials when they throw a flag on that. Sometimes it gets lost in translation, right, when you have a play that is breaking down. Heads up flag. Snap. Atwood gets the punt away. This one's high, end over end. And the Rabbits muff the punt. It's on the ground, and Delta hops back up on it. My goodness.
Yeah, I told you we were going to get to 10.
Daston Meinhardt with a heads-up play, called for the fair catch, dropped the ball at the 30. He was able to fall on it tight, and that prevents another turnover, and now we have a flag out on the field. A late flag at the 30-yard line.
He's saying that he signaled a fair catch.
This is going to be against Delta.
Got illegal fair catch signal on the receiving team, 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
Yep, an illegal signal. Rather than throwing up one hand, he throws up two.
Well, he's scared to catch the ball with all the fumbles.
It's an easy call to make. Ball back at the 25. Chains are not set, but Delta is ready to go. And they snap the ball before the chains are set. Rawlinson out of the backfield past the 30, 35, 40. Cray Leroy misses a tackle at the 45. Rawlinson now to midfield, and he's shoved past the 50 onto Emery's side at the 48-yard line.
He said, I don't need the chains. You're going to come down here, and then you can set them. And he picks up the 1st down. But, yeah, you're right. Chains not set. They go fast. A bunch of missed tackles. Tack on more yards to his total as he's approaching, 300 total yards?
He's got to be. Yeah, he's got to be. He had 206 at halftime. 1st and 10, Delta. Rabbits will run it. This time goes to the lead back out of the wishbone set. Hunt on the carry. He gets the ball up to the 44-yard line, and Delta wants to go tempo. They don't want to give Emery the opportunity to breathe.
I don't like the way they're going fast, though, the way they put the ball on the turf.
Hand off to Rawlinson. He goes to the outside. Jet turns it on, has the 1st down as he dives forward to the 36-yard line. And we have a timeout on the field. That's because the chains are not set. Delta's ready to go.
They're going so fast. The chains are taking their time getting set. They're still not set.
Hand off to Rawlinson again. This time Emery was waiting for it on the edge. And again, a name that we have called an awful lot over the last few weeks is sophomore Jess Larson. He comes up with another big takedown, gain of 1 at 2nd down and 9. And that may be the final play of the third quarter. Delta actually is going to try to run one more. We're down to 8 seconds. Rabbits up underneath center. Man coming in motion. They get it off. Pitch to Rawlinson. Wants to go off tackle left side. Flag comes flying from the sidelines. And if you're Emery with no time on the clock in the third quarter, you are hoping that that is a hold because that will really put Delta behind the sticks.
Yeah, it's a hold on Delta. Right in the center. Pretty easy to call.
They would be shy of the first down sticks, but it was a big enough gain to make it a very manageable two-down opportunity.
Illegal block in the back. Offense. Quarter has expired. Penalty will be assessed on the fourth quarter.
So with that penalty against the Rabbits, we will go to the fourth. No one scored in the third. It's 7-6, a battle between number 5 and number 6. It's going to come down to the final 12 minutes when we return on 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
You're looking for somewhere you could be proud to work. Komatsu is looking for you. Komatsu is a leading manufacturer of construction, mining, forestry, and industrial heavy equipment. Komatsu currently has openings for seasoned welders, journeyman electricians, and MSHA certified electricians, as well as master machinists. At Komatsu, not only will your skills be rewarded with competitive wages, but you'll also enjoy benefits like a robust 401k plan. Grow with Komatsu. Go to komatsu.com or call Tanner at 636-6150.
The more things change,
the more they stay the same.
Yes, Mr. Automotive has a new building in Huntington.
But that just means the services they offer just got better.
Detailing and mechanic work are being added to the already great service Mr. Automotive had already offered.
And all deals are still done with the owner at the lowest prices possible.
New building, same best prices, and more auto services. Go to MrAutomotiveSales.com or stop by the dealership 21 South Main, Huntington. Mr. Automotive, the best for less.
Late back to the game as Delta runs a awkward reverse side pass, and I'm not quite sure what the official ruling is. We have a flag down back at the 41-yard line.
This is just a high arcing play to your running back, but it's going to come back with a block in the back.
Yeah, it's in the vicinity of what it should be, another block in the back. We apologize for the late return.
We didn't get time.
No, it was less than 60 seconds in between the quarters. Let's see.
Back. Offense. Repeat third down.
That is the second consecutive block in the back for Delta, and it should be a repeat of second down, not third down, right?
It's second down.
Yeah.
Second and 24. At the 46 or so.
49.
So back to the 49. They got to get to the 28.
Delta is on their own side of the field now. They got to get all the way to the Emery 27-yard line. So second and forever. Empty backfield. Here's a screen. Rawlinson on the outside. Tice Larson wraps him up around the hips. Brings him down at the 44-yard line on Emery's side of the field. That's a great tackle by Tice.
Yeah, Tice saved that from being a bigger play than what it should have been. But now third down and forever still for the Rabbits.
Looking at about 3rd and 17. Penalties again playing a factor, putting Delta behind the sticks. Back-to-back block in the backs. Big factor. If it hasn't been turnovers, it's been penalties for both teams.
Yeah, you better find number 12.
Third down and long. Delta want to make this. They want to make this manageable, and we have another flag pre-snap penalty. So they call a false start against Delta. 3rd and 17 is now 3rd and 22. That's 3 penalties in the last 4 plays for Delta. Well, whoever comes out on the losing side of the scoreboard tonight,
they're going to be pretty upset.
It's going to be gut-wrenching. 11:06 left in regulation. 7-6 Emery. 3rd and long. Schertz. He's going to throw, tries to take the top off the defense, intended for Rawlinson down the sideline. There was backside help from Leroy. Larson was in on the coverage initially, trying to drop back into coverage, and now it's 4th and long. The Rabbits, you feel, have to punt from this spot and try to flip field position. When it was 3rd and 17, if you could pick up 6 yards, It was manageable to go for.
Yeah, you're going fourth down. This one you can on fourth down, 22 at the 49-yard line. You're just hoping that the punt rolls and you can down it inside the 10.
Leroy is back inside his own 20-yard line. Helmet eye snap. Punt was nearly blocked. Leroy will track it, but it goes out of bounds at the 18-yard line, and that's where Emery will start. And they'll give him an extra 2 yards. They spot it at the 20. So 80 in front of Emery. Can the offense march down and put points on the board? We'll take anything at this point in time. If you get back into the red zone, even a field goal opportunity would be great. We have not seen any scores in this game since the 11:50 mark of the second quarter. Delta has not scored since the 6:32 mark of the first. Shotgun set, Jensen. He's got one man in the backfield. 10:53 on the game clock. Motion man coming. It's Stilson. And there's a flag, and this will be movement against Emery.
That's on the running back.
For the snap. False start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
So now 1st and 15 from the 15-yard line.
Also, the band playing during the play doesn't help matters.
First down and 15. Trigg out of the shotgun set. Takes the snap. Design draw to the 15, 20, 25. Trigg on his feet. Gets close to the 30-yard line. Trigg just took a hard pop. He is slow to get up. He has enough for the first down. Gain of 16 by Trigg Jensen on the ground. Boy, Trigg has been tough. He has taken some hard hits, not only tonight, but all season at the quarterback spot. Running the football effectively.
Yeah, running the football, design play. Trigg takes it up the middle, takes the pop like you said, picks up the first down to the 31-yard line.
Needed that. Emery able to recover from the quick pre-snap penalty on a false start, 1st and 10. Trigg will call for Garrett Conover in motion. Here's a handoff. Sweep, Conover, past the line of scrimmage. Bulldozes one defender, gets beyond the 35-yard line. He has ran very, very physical tonight, and he picks up 5 yards, gets it to the 36-yard line.
That's pretty simple for Emery the rest of the way out. Just keep the ball on the ground. Don't force any throws through the middle of the field. You want to take your shots, like you said, the one-on-ones to the outside.
What makes it difficult for the one-on-one on the outside is Rollinson is the defensive back that is lurking, right? One of the most athletic players out on the field. But, yeah, if you're going to throw the ball, I think that's where you have to go with it. Handoff, it's Conover. He's got the first down and more. Traxton Conover this time takes it beyond the 45-yard line to the 46. That is enough to move it 1st and 10. Emery again in business as they near midfield. There's no reason to put the ball in the air right now. Just keep grounding, pounding this ball up the field while you milk the clock, Travis, down to 9:39 here in the ballgame.
Yeah, don't hike the ball in the play clock. Let the play clock go down as far as you can. You don't need to be hiking it with 19, 18, 12 on the clock. Just let it trickle.
Trigg will take the snap, handoff. It's Garrett Conover again. This time Delta is able to sniff it out. They bring Garrett down just shy of the original line of scrimmage. Carter Anderson in on the takedown. We'll see if they give him forward progress. They do, so it's no gain, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, you don't have to be in a hurry. Huddle up, catch your breath, and then take your time with the play clock. Make Delta, if they want, burn those timeouts, but you don't have to snap the ball.
Plenty of time in this one. Under 9 minutes left in regulation. 2nd down and 10. Emery on their own 46-yard line. The snap, Trigg, quick pass, gets it to the outside. And this will go to Delta's side of the field, or at least close to it. Cray Leroy on the reception. And Cray picks up 4. They spot it directly at the 50-yard line. 3rd down and 6 now for Emery.
Now they got to pick this 3rd down up. Because if you give the ball back to Delta, I just have a feeling that Delta's probably going to take it down and score if they can get a stop here.
That type of pass play, again, an extension of the run. You're not working towards the center of the field. It's a wide receiver screen. That is a safer play, no doubt. 3rd down and 6 here for Emery. You have 2 downs to pick up 6. Trigg out of the shotgun set. One man in the backfield takes the snap. It goes back to Conover. He's got the first down. Right now, Emery showcasing their ability to just power through that line of Delta. On the carry that time, it's Traxton Conover once again. And Emery's got the ball at the Delta 40-yard line.
Follow the lead blockers, pick up the first down, fall forward, get set, let the clock roll, and protect the 1-point lead. Any sort of points here, and you're in great shape.
8:21 left. Trigg with the out of the shotgun yet again. Takes the snap, handoff to Gideon. He's got positive yardage. Flag comes out.
Flag. Face mask.
Looks like it is a face mask against Delta. Emery will obviously take the penalty. I couldn't tell if the ball popped out or not. If it did, Giddy was down on the ground.
Beanbag, flag, same color.
Ball's
been on the turf all night.
Those pink flags make it difficult in October, especially when the kids have the pink socks. Looks like we'll have a sideline warning as well. Still waiting on the officials. See the flag down back at the 40-yard line on the sideline, as well as one in the middle of the field. Now the official will come over and have a talk with Coach John Famalo, and Delta already marching backwards. They're going to spot this football for Emery inside the 30-yard line, inside the 25-yard line.
Face mask on the defense. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Delta coaches, both will be assessed. First down.
30 yards of penalties.
Oi. Bad. Delta coaches.
20 yards. So it was a 5-yard face mask and a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct. So that gives Emery a trip to the red zone, Travis, ball at the 17-yard line. Bad timing for the Rabbits. 2 in the backfield here for Emery. Trigg takes the snap. Quick pass, gets it to the outside. And that will go for some positive yardage again on first down.
Stayed in bounds too. So
Bo Stilson on the reception. Excuse me, that was Traxton Conover that came down with it. The 8 and the 0 looking similar on that far sideline. Emery with a gain of 4. Gain of 3, second down and 7. Ball right now at the 14-yard line. Can Emery cap off a stellar drive? At this point in time, the most important drive of the season. They've been to the red zone multiple times today. They have multiple turnovers from this spot. Handoff. Into the sure hands of Conover. He gets it inside the 10-yard line. And we have an injured Spartan on the ground. And so if it's Traxton or if it's Garrett, we've seen both Conovers do a tremendous job of moving this football in between the tackles, outside of the tackles, but more importantly, showcasing ball security, Travis. And as we get to 3rd and 2, Emery needs to get to the 8-yard line to keep this drive alive in a fresh set, goal-to-go situation, which they have not had tonight. Amazingly enough, neither team has had a goal-to-go situation.
4 down territory, 3rd and 2, so you need 2nd and 7 actually, right? No, 3rd down. It's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down.
Yeah, 3rd down. So you got 2 downs to pick up essentially 2 yards.
Injury timeout right now, 7:16 left in the game. Emery 7, Delta 6. Emery right now with a time-consuming drive. We can't say exclusively on the ground, but it's been close to it.
7:16 left, 7-6 here in the 4th quarter.
Let me ask you this. If you score a touchdown, do you go for 2?
Yes.
And the reason I ask that is because you can make it 15-6, a 2-possession game.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the, analytics in football say if you're down 14, you score, you go for 2 the first time. If you get it, well, then you got the leg up. If you don't, you go for 2 again because analytically speaking, the odds are in your favor to get one of 2 2-point conversions. And so that's what makes this next call so interesting. Now, I will say that if Delta was to score, I think they would certainly go for 2 with Jet Rollinson in the backfield, so that gives you something to think about.
No, I go for 2 if I score because they're not going to score twice.
They don't have to if you don't get it, though. That's the
But
thing.
I have faith that I could pick it up. I think the smart play is to go for 2 if you score.
3rd down and 2 here for Emery. Trigg is up underneath center as we resume play. Trigg, quarterback keeper. He didn't get it. He dives forward. He is shy of the first down stick, so now it's 4th down and 1.
Just run it again. Bunch up, push him forward. Push.
And with under 7 minutes to play in the game, Trigg will go back up underneath center. He's got the ball at the 9. They have to get to the 8. Gideon Meekum will go into the backfield. It's an I formation. Trigg takes the snap. Handoff, Conover. It's going to be close. Ball is on the ground, and Delta recovers. Flag comes out. Penalty pending. Another turnover inside the red zone.
I hate handing the ball off in the backfield and having my running back come forward when all I need is a football link just to push it forward.
So they officially rule it a fumble, and Delta will take over inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, Delta Rabbit got his helmet on the football and sprung it free.
I don't mind the play call, especially with the way Conover has been playing.
I don't like it.
I don't mind the call. I really don't.
All you got to do is push him forward. You don't want to hand the ball off coming backwards.
Well, now the defense is going to have to rise to the occasion again. Here's Hunt off of the carry, gets it to the 10-yard line.
Now Delta can take their time. This might be the last possession of the game.
Emery does have 3 timeouts. Plenty of time left in this one, 6:22. Gain of roughly 5 yards on first down. Schertz is up underneath center. He's got an I formation out of the backfield. Handoff. This one will go for first down yardage. It's Rollinson, brought down by Bo Stilson, but not before he gets it out past the 20-yard line of the 21. First down and 10 now for the Rabbits.
The Emery defense they need to come up with a play. Delta's prone to putting the ball on the turf.
It has been a turnover-marred game. Shorts is up underneath center. Handoff to Rollinson. He's got room to run. Finds a gap, gets to the outside, past the 30-yard line. And he is a yard shy of the first down sticks. Ball now at the 31. Clock is moving. 5:15 left in regulation.
I don't know if he got a favorable spot.
Depending on this play, it might be more favorable for Delta the way the clock is moving. Shorts is up underneath center, out of the wishbone set once again. They're going to throw on 2nd and 1. Goes into the open field. This one is caught. First completion of the ball game. Up over the top of the Emery defense. Cray Leroy was beat, hauled in by Jason Johnson.
That's about the 3rd time tonight that they've had that play. They missed on the prior 2. This time he takes a little off the football. His wide receiver runs underneath it. It's a first down to the Emery 38-yard line with 4:45 and rolling in the 4th.
Chains are set. Shirts underneath center. Handoff. It's Hunt. Emery collapses, but Hunt drags a pile forward for a gain of 4 yards. And now it's 2nd down and 6 with the Rabbits marching inside the 35-yard line. What a ball game. Old school feel to it, right? You don't see too many 7-6 games, regardless of why it is 7-6. A lot of it has to do with empty trips to the red zone. But still, I think you got to love the old school, low-scoring affair. Schertz is up underneath center out of the wishbone set. Rollinson the deep back. Hunt's going to go in motion. Here's the pitch. Rollinson on the edge. It was developed beautifully. Bo Stilson runs him down, tackles him inbounds at the 32-yard line for a gain of 2. And if that's not a heads-up play by Bo Stilson closing that gap, Rollinson is still running. So the Rabbits right now have 2 plays to pick up 3 yards.
It's simple. Just get the ball to number 12 twice to pick up 3 yards.
And if he does pick up the first down, Emery's got to start thinking about using the timeouts relatively soon.
Yeah, they've got to preserve as much clock as they can.
Under center, handoff. Rollinson makes a couple of defenders miss, and he is taken down close to the first down stick. They rule him short. Near side judge says it's 4th down, and it's 4th and a couple of chain links. In fact, they're going to measure it.
That's a bad spot.
So now we'll get a measurement to see if it is, in fact, 4th down.
I didn't think he got a great spot. I thought he picked it up with ease.
Well, with 3:08 left in the game, here comes the measurement.
We haven't had one of these this year.
I think we had one week 1. It's been a long time.
I'm going to say he is short.
Yeah, he's short, definitely. In fact, he's short by a lot larger distance than I anticipated. It's close to a full yard. Excellent camera work by Ryan Piccolo, who's been with us all season long. Ball is at the 29. You got to get to the 28. This might be the play of the game. Emery will have a chance to get the ball back, Travis. And then you're looking at first downs, not looking at scoring. Let's see where the Rabbits pull out. It's almost been automatic for Rollinson to pick up a yard out of the backfield.
So Emery's going to put everything in the middle. If I'm Delta, I'm doing the pitch play to the outside.
You need about a half a yard.
You got a lot of space on the outside.
Shirts pitches it. Rollinson gets the edge. First down to the 25. Dives forward, shy to the 20. Flag comes out, and that may negate a first down run here for the Rabbits. Let's see. It is a hold against Delta.
Holding. Offense. 10-yard penalty. Go 4th down.
So, Travis, you called for the pitch play around the end. The only danger with that is you try to seal the outside, and that's where the grabbing occurs.
Yeah, with the way Emery defensively played everything in the middle, that's an easy call to go to the outside. But the problem is you talk about is you're trying to seal it off, and you get a little too handsy.
2 minutes and 40 seconds left in regulation. It is now 4th and 10 for Delta. They are back at their own 39-yard line.
I'd go right back to probably the pitch play to the outside.
Maybe the play of the game right here. Out of the break, one man in the backfield. Pistol set. Schurz is the quarterback. Twins on each side. There's early movement, and 4th and 10 is now 4th and 15. And the Rabbits just continue to put themselves at a disadvantage.
Before the snap, ball start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 1st down.
Oh, my goodness. They had 4th and a half a yard. It is now 4th and 15 following a hold and a false start. 2 minutes, 38 seconds left. Delta now with the ball at their own 44-yard line.
Yeah, don't let anybody get behind you on a pass play.
Pistol set. Rollinson behind Schurz. Twins on each side. Back to pass. Schurz. Clean pocket. Collapsing. Sack from behind. Emery forces the turnover on downs. Jess Larson, the sophomore. He gets home. He delivers the big pop. Emery takes over. It was a clean pocket. Larson came from nowhere, and he delivers the big-time sack. Turnover on downs.
The penalties crush the Delta drive, and backside, nobody picks it up, and it's a sack on 4th down to give Emery the ball to 46 of Delta.
46 on Delta's side of the field when the Rabbits had a 4th and a half a yard driving to win the game. This one a long ways from over. Both teams with all 3 timeouts. 2:33 left to play in regulation. Trigg, the quarterback, out of the shotgun, hands it off to Conover. Patient run. Ball security, obviously, the most important aspect as Conover moves forward for a gain of 2, and the Rabbits will take a timeout. Now, with Delta going to the timeouts right here, they are putting all their eggs in the basket to hold Emery on the next 2 plays. If the Spartans get a first down, that may be all she wrote.
That's second down and about 8 coming up after the timeout at the 44-yard line, 2:23. But you're right, Emery 1 first down away from pretty much sealing the 7-6 victory. Maybe 7 was enough.
Well, if you get a first down on this play, it's not quite over yet.
But do you put them up against it?
Absolutely. I mean, by Delta using the timeout, and I think it's the right call because you only gave up 2 yards. You give up 5 yards on that, you probably don't go to the timeout just yet, but you really have no option at this point in time. Second down and 8 for Emery out of the timeout. I would expect a handoff up the middle, ball security here for Traxton Conover. Cray, Leroy, Bo Stilson line up as wideouts on the right. Jacob Morris, Garrett Conover line up on the left. Trigg is in the shotgun. He's got Traxton Conover to his left. Delta rolls one safety high. They'll stack the box. 2 minutes, 23 ticks on the game clock. Motion man is Stilson. Snap. Trigg's going to keep it himself. He goes up the middle. He doesn't have enough for the first down, but he does pick up a good chunk of change now inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. And Delta may not use a timeout here. Ball at the 39, Emery has to get to the 36. And because there was such a good chunk picked up that time by Trigg, you kind of force Delta's hands. They got to run this clock down. And we'll see when Emery snaps it. There's 13 on the play clock. Emery is taking their time. Get set, show ball security, don't have any pre-snap movement, and you should be just fine here on third down. Big, big play. Handoff. Gideon Meekum. He's got enough for the first down at the 35-yard line. And Delta will go to the timeout with 1:32 left to play. You said it. Perhaps 7 is enough. The Rabbits did not use a timeout. On 1st and 10, Emery's going to run this clock down to the 1 minute mark.
Bad clock management. It's really bad.
That big third down play really forced their hand.
It's just bad clock management.
I should say the big second down play forced their hand. But now Emery can take it down to the 1 minute mark. Handoff, Traxton Conover. Delta's got to try to strip the ball. Conover gets a 2-yard pickup and a timeout taken by Delta. On second down and it was second down and 8. Because Trigg picked up 5 yards, Delta did not feel confident enough in essentially using a timeout, setting up third down. They decided to let the clock run, but then with that, you have to get a stop on fourth down. I understand the logic behind it. You needed to make sure that you gave up 4 yards or less on that second down play. Third down and 3 was almost a gimme. I get it, but then you have to ask yourself, do you call timeout and go all in and try to get a stop on third down, force fourth down? I don't know. I mean, that's a difficult spot to be in. The second down yardage was huge for Emery on that drive.
Ball security.
That's all you need.
That's all Emery needs. Delta's got 1 timeout left. 59 seconds remain. The ball sits at the Delta 33-yard line, a 1-point lead.
Second down and 8. Trigg is in the shotgun set. Make sure it's a clean snap. Snap, handoff. Conover keeps it, gets inside the 30, and the Rabbits will call their final timeout with 54 seconds left. And it's 3rd and 4. You're essentially in the same spot that you were in. And if you're Emery here, a first down ends the game. If not, it's going to be really, really close on fourth down. This game, it would take something wild for Emery not to come out on top.
That fumble that's returned. Emery's just got to snap the football and then just not fumble it away.
The strategy in the situation of football, everything is always 20/20, right? Hindsight is always 20/20. This has been an interesting game, Travis. I think we've seen both sides of the equation, both teams having the opportunities.
We've seen a lot of different things, and you never know what you're going to get week to week.
No, you don't. I would have never thought tonight's game would be 7-6.
An extra point being block's the difference in the game. Off that first initial touchdown by the Rabbits from being an overtime game.
3rd down. Trigg out of the shotgun. Man coming in motion. It's Stilson. Trigg's going to keep it himself. Goes to the outside. He loses yardage.
That's fine.
And it looks like there will be about a 5-second, 7-second differential. 6 seconds. There we go.
Well, just
on 4th down.
You don't even have to punt it. All you can, on 4th down, snap the ball and just run backwards.
And then
slide. Go down.
That's all you have to do. In fact, if you're Emery,
you don't want to punt because you don't want the risk of a block or a return.
You take the delay of game here.
Yeah. And then you snap the ball and you just run backwards. And
I think Coach will actually call a timeout with 1 on the play clock, which ultimately it doesn't matter because on 4th down, you're going to just try to run the clock as much as you can. There's the timeout. 8 seconds is the differential. Now, if you run backwards with the ball, you have to make sure you run out the 8 seconds.
You can even run backwards, and then you can just chuck the ball
I wouldn't do
out
that.
of bounds.
I wouldn't do that.
I mean, why wouldn't you throw it out of bounds? Run backwards, and if they're coming after you, just huck it up out of bounds.
Well, then you run the risk of a penalty for intentional grounding. And on 4th down, it's a loss of down. This is going to be interesting. I can see a variety of different things that you could do here. How do you play this one out? I agree with you on not punting.
You can't
punt. You don't want to punt. You don't want to run the risk of a block. You don't want to run the risk of a return. So obviously there will be no punt. Let's see what Emery does. 8 seconds. Trigg Jensen is going to come out under center. 4th down. Trigg takes the snap, goes to Conover. He goes to the right side. Conover does not get the first down, and they stop the clock with less than a second left in the game. Turnover on downs. Delta's going to get one more crack at it because, of course, they are.
That's
yeah, it's a safe play.
But if you fumble.
But there is 0.7 seconds left in this game.
Now we're going to have a bunch of pitch plays. We got timeout, Emery. Well, you got 1 second basically to get 1 stop. And they're at the 33.
27-yard line. So the Rabbits are on their own 27. They've got to go left to right the distance to win this game, down 7-6 with 0.7.
Don't commit a penalty. Give them a free down. Don't let anybody get behind you. Rush 3.
This is a completely wild game. 7-6. You can talk strategy in a game like this all day long. Both coaches have put their team in a position to come out with a win. We've seen big plays from both sides. Nothing like this game. I love it. Here we go. 0.7. 0.7 on the clock. Delta has the ball on their own 27-yard line. Emery will rush 3. They drop 2 way back. 4 wideouts to the right side. 1 will go in motion. It's Rollinson. Schertz is back to pass. He's under pressure. Climbs the pocket. Lobs it up in the air. This one will fall out of bounds. Ball game, Emery wins. 7-6 final score on senior night.
7 was enough.
It took all 48 minutes to get it done, but the number 5th-ranked team in the RPI tops the number 6th-ranked team by a single point at home tonight to close out the season in a turnover/penalty-filled game.
Yeah, a lot of turnovers, a lot of penalties, a lot of mistakes inside the red zone, but who cares? You get the victory, 7-6.
Wow.
The one in the win column doesn't care what the score is or how you got there.
And, of course, margin of victory means nothing in the RPI. The most important stat tonight, Emery moves to 2-2 in region play. They close out the season with a 3-6 record. And now we'll wait till tomorrow to see where they fall in the RPI and what the tournament bracket looks like. A thriller here tonight. Emery 7, Delta 6. Coming up, the post-game wrap-up show brought to you by Eastern Utah Community Credit Union when we return on 107.3 FM and 750 AM.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emery, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
At Oliver Law, we specialize in criminal defense and DUI. Everyone needs to know their rights. Let us guide you through the criminal justice minefield. At Oliver Law, we still believe in innocent until proven guilty.
The more things change,
the more they stay the same.
Yes, Mr. Automotive has a new building in Huntington.
But that just means the services they offer just got better.
Detailing and mechanic work are being added to the already great service Mr. Automotive had already offered.
And all deals are still done with the owner at the lowest prices possible.
New building, same best prices, and more auto services. Go to MrAutomotiveSales.com or stop by the dealership, 21 South Main, Huntington. Mr. Automotive, the best for less.
Imagine a smooth, hassle-free journey to the front door of your new home with the Driggs Mortgage Team guiding you every step of the way. Hi, this is Greg Driggs. Our seasoned experts understand the ins and outs of home financing and refinancing. Come visit us at our new permanent address, 8 East Main in Price, where we plan to be a staple for years to come. Start your journey today. Call 801-427-3577. The Driggs Mortgage Team, NMLS number 272076, Equal Housing Opportunity. Driggs Mortgage Team is a DBA of Premier Mortgage Resources, LLC, NMLS 1169.
Auto Farm Price Ford has your next vehicle. They offer guaranteed lowest prices. Come check out the selection of Ford F-Series trucks, including America's most popular truck, the Ford F-150.
We have them all right here in Price. Stop in and see us for a different experience.
Picture this. A sudden burst pipe, flames engulfing your kitchen. Disaster strikes when you least expect it. But fear not, because Restore Wizard of Price is here to save the day. Their team of restoration experts is ready to tackle any fire or flood emergency from start to finish. They're not just here to fix the damage, they're here to restore your peace of mind. Don't let disaster catch you off guard. Call Restore Wizard of Price, 637-9165. Restore Wizard, the magic of a fresh start.
Discover the best in local flavor at Stewart's Market in Castledale and Main Street Market in Farron. Enjoy the largest fresh produce section around. Ripe, vibrant, and hand-selected just for you. The personal butcher ensures every cut is just right, and the deli delights with ready-to-eat favorites. Shop fresh, shop local, and taste the difference community makes. Only at Stewart's Market and Main Street Market. Come home to quality and hometown service today.
You see your friends with their new travel trailers, four-wheelers, and side-by-sides. They're living the dream, right? Well, it doesn't just have to be a dream. You can start living that same dream life today by starting your new career with GMS Mine Repair and Maintenance. GMS is hiring mechanics, electricians, fabricators, experienced and inexperienced miners. They offer high starting wages, benefits, a 401k, and vacation pay. Local jobs are available. Apply today. Email your resume to kbarker@gmsminerepair.com. The dream can be yours with GMS Mine Repair.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emery, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
The Spartans play here.
This is AJ Thomas, number 14.
Jacob Morris, number 5.
On 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
Final score here tonight on senior night. Emery 7, Delta 6. What a thriller. Welcome in to the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union post-game wrap-up show. Remember, you can stop in at Eastern Utah Community Credit Union and get your Emery High School Spirit Card. Take your Spartan pride with you wherever you go. And tonight, Emery, there's a lot of pride out there on the football field as they close out the regular season and the home portion of the schedule with a 7-6 victory. Travis, what a thriller tonight.
Yeah, back and forth game there for a little bit in the first quarter. Delta scores first. They get the extra point block. Emery bounces right back. They take the lead, and that's all the points we needed. 7 was enough, 7-6.
Yeah, you wondered if 7 would be enough against this Delta offense that has some explosiveness. And one of the most dynamic players in the classification, and Jet Rollinson, when he is out there on the field, they look like a completely different team. I mean, that is just the fact. He scores early on in the game, 6:32, 42-yard touchdown run on a broken play. That was it. The Emery defense was spectacular tonight. When we take a look at the Emery offense, they score in the second quarter. Garrett Conover, boy, he's been special this year. He's had a special season, and he adds another touchdown to the resume. This one came from 59 yards out. The PAT by Jaden Atwood proved to be the difference in the game, 7-6.
Conover had a great game once again, just continues week in and week out to be that force for the Emery offense. And Jaden Atwood's PAT, what was the difference?
Obviously, a couple of really big turnovers in this game for both teams, but Emery's defense happens to rise to the occasion. When we take a look at big sacks in this game, I thought Traxton Conover's sack at the end of the first half was huge. That closed out the half, gave Emery the ball back to start the second half, and then Jess Larson, who has just been so good this year for Emery, comes around the blind side. He delivers a huge sack as well. There were some really, really big defensive plays by edge rush, which has become one of the most important positions on a football field.
Yeah, you talk about the little plays. There was a couple times where Delta looked like they had a beat offensively, and you come up with a big sack. But for Delta, the problems arise when they had that fourth down playing about, a football length, and they had 3 straight penalties that took them out of picking up the first down, and Emery wins the game.
Let's take a look at some of the clear stats team-wise here. Okay, fumbles. Delta had 8 fumbles in this game. They only lost 3 of those fumbles. Emery had 3 fumbles. They lost 1. Okay, so that is huge. Now we look at interceptions. Emery had 4 in the ball game. So Emery losing the turnover battle tonight and still finding a way to get the win.
Yeah, it was sloppy. It's one of those games both teams needed to win. Maybe there's, some nerves to it. You're just not as sharp. And there's a lot of fumbles, a lot of interceptions. Emery loses the turnover battle. Delta, every time they had an opportunity to go down and score, they fumbled. Emery, every time they had an opportunity to go down and score, they threw a pick.
Yeah. Red zone was not kind to either of these two teams tonight. Let's take a look at some of the final individual statistics. We will start with Trig Jensen. When he threw the football tonight, he was effective until the interceptions reared its ugly head, but he did complete 14 of 21 passes for 102 yards, really using the passing game as an extension of the run with a lot of outside screens.
Yeah, an extension of the run like you talked about. Took some shots in the middle of the field. Delta did a good job defensively. They put the defense in the middle. They forced him to throw middle. He did. And they came up with some plays to, cause the turnovers with the 4 interceptions. But the Rabbits couldn't do anything off those interceptions. It's fine and dandy if you come up with the interceptions, but offensively you got to go down and put the ball in the end zone. They didn't. Delta puts the ball on the turf. Emery couldn't convert off them. But, hey, 7 was enough. Sometimes you're going to win games ugly, and tonight it was ugly.
Let's take a look at some of the other individual stats on the ground. Emery extremely effective with Garrett Conover. He had 13 carries for 111 yards, 59 of it coming on the team's only touchdown, which was absolutely huge tonight. Conover was great on the ground. Again, a 59-yard touchdown run. Outside of that, Traxton Conover was right there with him. He had 8 carries for 47 yards.
Yeah, I think tonight we talk about how Emery, they were going to have to win a football game by running the football. And eventually you're going to need one of those games where you're just grinding things out, and tonight was the night.
They definitely.
That was the night.
They definitely found a way to grind it out. I mean,
just got to find ways to grind games out at this point.
That's true. Trig Jensen running the football as well. He had 13 carries for 49 yards. He had a couple of really big plays on designed runs that helped extend drives for Emery, that also helped really keep Delta off of the field. I don't think you can overstate some of those design runs. And here's the thing about Trig. When he's running the ball up the gut in between the tackles, he knows he's going to take a big pop, and he gets up, and he does it again and again and again.
And not afraid of contact. And that's what you worry, though, about taking the amount of hits, but he's not afraid. He looks for contact.
Yeah, he does. He does. He's a physical type of player, small in stature, but boy, he definitely can absorb those hits. As far as his favorite receivers tonight, Bo Stilson, 4 catches, 55 yards. Yeah. Bo was, again, very effective through the air.
Bo, again, through the air, like you said. Everything that comes his way, he's like a magnet. He's going to find a way to get to the football.
Cray Leroy tonight hauled in 4 catches for 27 yards. Garrett Conover had 3 catches for 11 yards, and that rounds out the overall yardage for Emery through the air. Then we take a look at punts. Jaden Atwood had 3 punts for 96 yards tonight. Didn't have to punt a lot because a lot of drives ended prematurely.
Yeah, the punts he had, he pinned him back deep, and it made a long field for Delta.
Final score again in this one tonight, 7-6. Emery gets the win. They get the win despite Jet Rawlinson going off for 271 yards. We will continue the post-game wrap-up show. It is brought to you by Eastern Utah Community Credit Union. Again, stop in. Turn that Visa debit card into an Emery High School Visa debit card. You can do that by stopping by at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union locations. Final score tonight, Emery 7, Delta 6. We do have more coming up when we return. We'll be joined by head coach John Famalo. We'll talk about getting the win at home to end the regular season. More coming up when we return.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emery, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap-to-pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
It's fun! It's our favorite place.
Strike up family fun for everyone. Gateway Lanes. Families that play together stay together. And Gateway Lanes is your center for fun, snacks, and great food. So let Gateway Lanes do the cooking with open and league bowling year-round and Club Bowl Thursday night, 9 till 11:30, with unlimited bowling including shoes. Since 1989, Helper's Hometown Bowling Center, Gateway Lanes, South Main Street in historic Helper, and bowlhelper.com. Let's roll.
Golfers, get ready for year-round fun at Swing and Swear. Step into the action with over 43,000 world-class courses to choose from. No passport required. Rain or shine, you can tee off indoors. Multiple bays, club rentals, tables, chairs, and concessions. It's the perfect spot to practice your game, celebrate with friends, or spend time with family. From the serious golfer to first-timers, everyone is welcome to join the fun. Swing and Swear, located just off Ridge Road. Call 299-6200 to schedule a tee time today.
In the heart of Carbon and Emery counties, Quick Realty is here to help you make the right move. Experience the future of home buying with our Matterport 3D tours, giving you an immersive look at your potential home from anywhere. Meet our dedicated team of local professionals, just real people who care, walking you through every step of the way. As a Zillow Premier and Realtor.com specialist, Quick Realty is your trusted expert, handling everything from residential, commercial, and mountain properties to property management. Your dream home is just a call away. Let Quick Realty help you find it.
Auto Farm Price Ford has your next vehicle. They offer guaranteed lowest prices. Come check out the selection of Ford F-Series trucks, including America's most popular truck, the Ford F-150.
We have them all right here in Price. Stop in and see us for a different experience.
I was hoping to talk to someone about updating my insurance policy.
I am able to understand complete sentences.
That was a complete sentence?
I didn't understand that.
Can I just talk to a person?
No one talks to humans anymore.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
I hear you. Why don't we review your coverage with a super check?
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Jill Jensen.
in price today.
Plumbing issues don't happen every day, but when they do, it's good to know that there's a plumber you can trust right here in the Castle Country. The Swell Plumber has over 30 years of experience and has proven that he's reliable. Here's what some customers have said about the Swell Plumber.
Kurt was amazing. He came out to the house the same day and got quotes to us very quickly.
Kurt kept in touch with us with updates as things progressed. I was definitely pleased.
For residential and commercial plumbing, go to theswellplumber.com and book your appointment today.
Show your school spirit and support local high schools with the new Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit and credit cards. Featuring designs for Carbon, Emery, and Grand High School, these cards let you carry a piece of your school's pride wherever you go. Plus, to make purchasing easier, Eastern Utah Community Credit Union has added the convenience of tap to pay and compatibility with major mobile wallets. Pick up your school spirit card today at any of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branches.
The Spartans play here.
This is Jaden Atwood, number 15. Miles Warrenson, number 52.
On 107.3 FM and 750 AM KOAL.
If ever there was a need for a post-game wrap-up show interview, tonight is definitely that night. Welcome back into the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union post-game show. Emery gets the win over Delta 7-6 in a game that we kept saying, I don't know if 7's going to be enough. I don't know if it's going to be enough. Well, it was enough. And joining us right now to talk about that, we have head coach John Famalo. Coach, always a pleasure. Thank you again for coming up.
Hey, appreciate you having me on, Jordan.
Yeah, definitely, Coach. Love our talks, and especially after wins. And I don't know if I've ever seen a game quite like this. You and I have had a lot of time on air together. We've talked a lot about Emery football. I'm fairly certain we've never had a 7-6 game.
I can't think of a time when we'd had a game like that. So, yeah, it was just a weird night altogether. Both teams didn't seem like offensively could get things going. You know, everybody moved the ball in between the 20s, but seemed to stall out. And it was just kind of a weird game. And defensively, both teams were pretty stout. So, again, I thought we needed two more going into the halves down, up 7-6. I thought if we could get two more, we'd be all right. So to get away with that at 7-6 and to play offensively, we didn't play our best game, but at the end of the day, a win's a win.
Now, and I know that the story is always going to be like the offense had five turnovers. Yeah, 4 picks and a fumble. That's going to be the story. But I want to focus on a couple of big plays defensively, and there were two that really stood out to me. And we'll go away from the turnovers. I thought the play at the end of the first half where Traxton came around the outside and he got the sack and it ran the clock out at the end of the first half, I thought it was huge because they were within striking distance. And, it goes down as a sack, but we get the ball to start the second half. That's a huge play.
Yeah, it was. Again, that was the big key. It seems like we've had that been snake bitten a lot of times right before the half where teams end up scoring a big fourth down sack by Traxton. It played out well. I wish I would have got a timeout. I was trying to get a timeout, so maybe we could get a play, but I didn't get over there, and so that's I'll take the fault for that. But at the end of the day, that was the momentum we needed to take us into the second half. Like you say, we had the ball, and we drove down there and kind of stalled out again, and then fourth quarter we ended up with a chance and just couldn't finish it. But defensively we're pretty stout today.
The other one was Jess comes around on the outside, huge sack. Man, he has played some really, really big football, and only being a sophomore, the fact is the way football is played today, it seems like the most important position, it might not be left tackle anymore, it might be edge rush.
Yeah, no, we brought him off that edge, and he's getting better. I mean, he's just a sophomore. He's got a nice frame and made a great play for us. Like say another fourth down sack that was huge coming down the stretch.
You've seemed to find some youth on the edge over the last 5-6 years. We've had some kids that we get excited about as a sophomore making big plays, and just kind of fits that mold, right? I mean, we can go back over the last 5-6 years. Yeah. There's been a lot of youth making big-time plays on the edge.
Yeah, no, we've been fortunate enough to have some kids at that position and have a little bit of depth. And like I say, we're missing a few kids, and to have a sophomore step up as big as he did, that was huge. And I expect him to be, a bright future. I'm glad we got him for a couple more years. But, we've been fortunate enough to have some kids step up because we've been in situations where we've had a few injuries and or to spell out guys. And, he's been a big, big part of that.
Let's talk about the offense. Garrett Conover, again, another underclassman that has just been huge, Coach. And you guys have been able to rely on him several times. He has a 59-yard touchdown, and that comes in the second quarter. That's our only score of the game. But he also he accumulates over 100 yards on the ground tonight, 111 to be exact, on 13 carries.
Yeah, he's a tough kid. I mean, he runs hard. It's a kid. We try to get the ball a lot of different ways. We're throwing it to him, put him in the backfield. That was kind of one thing we found out that, you hand him the ball and he can run. He runs hard. And that 59-yard play wasn't an easy one to crease the middle and then, finish it off. So he's a kid that's got some explosion and some pop that we haven't had this year. And so putting him in the backfield has been a big advantage for us.
When you go into a game like this, I mean, it's so big. Sometimes senior night games, maybe you get a little bit of a softer opponent. You kind of know things are set, right? But tonight, not only was it senior night, but this was a huge game. This is number 5 and number 6. And I don't know if this means we get a home playoff game, but we know we're not going to fall below 5 now. I mean, there was a lot riding on this.
Yeah, that was a big key, and I think our kids understood that. There's a possibility to drop down to 7 and maybe even lower, depending on what happened if we lost this game. And so our kids took it on their backs to be able to say, hey, not in our house. And luckily enough, we got away with the win at 7-6. So again, I'm still kind of shaking my head at that score.
I said in the third quarter, whichever coach gets a win in this game is going to be elated. Whatever coach loses in this game is going to be sick to his stomach, right?
Yeah.
It had that feel.
Oh, it did. And that's kind of where you're at. It's like you go from these highs and lows. And, we went from that low, turning over the ball right there at the goal line, and then they're driving, and you get a big sack, and that was huge. And so, it was a fun game to be part of.
Can I ask you a situational question here on what you would have done? Let me ask you this, okay?
Yeah.
All right. So it's 7-6. We got the ball at the 5-yard line.
Mm-hmm.
If we score, do you go for 2, or do you kick the extra point?
I think you kick the extra point.
Okay.
Again, I know that's a tough one.
It is.
For me, it's one of those. They got to get that 2, and that's not an easy thing. I'd rather have them go for 2 than, like I say, you're short of it. They get a touchdown. They end up going for. There's just so many scenarios in there. I'm one of those that just says, hey, let's stay with the 7, and we'll be fine. 14-6. They got to convert a 2-pointer at that point, and so that, I probably would have done that.
I'm very conservative when it comes.
Yes.
I don't like to chase points.
No, I'm the same way. I don't feel like there's any need to. Some point there is, but I didn't feel like it. I was planning on kicking an extra point as soon as we scored down there, but we ended up fumbling, and they made a heck of a play.
Yeah, I think if you ask 10 coaches, you might get 5 different answers.
Yeah,
that,
no,
right?
for sure. Yeah. No, I'm conservative on those types of things.
Nonetheless, you get the win. What was it like talking to the boys out there at the 50-yard line, especially with you being such a defensive-minded coach? You give up 6 points, you get a win. That's exciting. That's kind of the old-school style of football. People today are used to these 31 games where there's 60, 70 points being scored. I'm old school in that sense as well, Coach. I love watching 7-6, 10-7 football, and we just don't get it very often. So what was your message to the boys out there?
No, I was just proud of them, proud of the way they played, and they made the plays where they needed to. We talked about it. We talked about it all year, and the kids put it on the board this week of defensively, 3rd downs. Let's get ourselves off the field, and for the most part, we did a really good job defensively. So I was proud of them to be able to say, hey, let's hang our hat on their defense and let's see what we can do, and they did a great job.
Now, as far as the weekend goes, obviously we just sit and wait, right? We know we are going to get a bye. That's a given at this point. So with that, it comes at a good time, right? Because we do have injuries. It's a chance to heal up.
Yeah, no, it's a big advantage if you get that first round bye where, again, you can hopefully get some kids healed up that are a little banged up and, a little bit of time that way. So looking forward to that week to prep, and, another week to prep for somebody's huge too. And so, but the same team that the team's doing, that's going to play us has that same week too. But I think it's going to be huge for us to have another week off to get ready for, whoever it is we play.
I do want to ask you about the physicality tonight, because I know when we talked earlier in the week, there was not a lot of positivity from last week's game. There wasn't a lot to talk about from last week's game. But it appeared to me, Coach, in our conversation, you challenged these kids to be a little bit more physical, and they obviously accepted that challenge because it appeared that they played just hard-nosed football all over the place tonight.
Yeah, and I was happy about that. That was the gauntlet we threw down to these kids. If we can't step up our physicality, we're going to have a hard time competing. And to see that tonight, to see these kids really bow their backs up and get after it and physically just match the intensity, that was huge for us.
I think when you look at this team, they've been a part of so many wins, these seniors, the senior class. They've been a part of so many really big moments for Emery High School football. They have to understand that once you get into the single elimination tournament, anything can happen because, Coach, we've literally seen that.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. That's what I told them. At this point, everybody's 0-0. It doesn't matter what the record is. It's one and done. And so you got a great opportunity to throw your hat in the ring to say, hey, let's see what we can do. And it starts, in a couple weeks. So hopefully our kids recognize that. There's still a ton to play for. Again, records are records, but at the end of the day, you beat the team across from you, you're going to keep playing another week. And that's what we're doing.
Coach, congratulations again on a big win. It's always a blast to chat with you. I appreciate you coming up.
Hey, I appreciate you, Jordan. Yeah, it's been awesome this year.
And with that, we'll end tonight's broadcast. Final score, Emery 7, Delta 6. We'll wait for the final RPI to come out, and then we'll see you in the opening round or second round of the state championship playoffs. For Travis Anderson, I'm Jordan Buscarini. As always, go Spartans!